Good evening, Truck and Tractor Pool fans. Man, we got a special show tonight, man. EEP Live Nostalgia. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to call these three guys old by no means, but they are three guys that's been in this sport of pulling. You too, Dwayne. That's been in this sport of pulling for, I'm going to say at least 40 plus years on all of them. So
51 for me.
51 for Dave. And I know I started in late 75. Not that I'm a puller or anything. But, so yeah, 40, we'll just say 40 plus years for everybody. But
You guys all started before I was born almost.
pretty much. But
I
anyway,
made my first hook in 74.
Come pull yourself, Mike.
Come pull yourself. Yeah.
Come pull yourself.
Rough and tumble.
Kenzers. Rough and tumble Kenzers, absolutely. I did a big article. Gosh, how many years back was that now? It's been a while. When you and Linda, if you remember. You don't remember. Well, you are.
I remember yesterday, and it's faint.
But anyway, yeah, it's all good. But chat will start picking up here shortly. If you have questions in chat, please put them in capital letters. I'll do my best to keep an eye on anybody's questions or comments. I see that. Keep it clean, please.
Kenton says that Les was doing it for 54 years.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to get to that. We do. The show thumbnail does have Les Landis, The Sting, which we all know eventually became the Paris Land Special. And we lost Les last week. And it's an unfortunate deal. But yeah, I remember Les Bourne was that youngster back here in 75, 76. So, and whenever, even after that. So. But the first time I seen him would have been, I guess, early 76, the first time I seen him pull. One of my favorite tractors, twin 440s.
Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey, yep. Remember the Wild Turkey tractor? Yep. For sure. But anyway, again, if you got questions, kind of hold off a little bit, but you can ask anytime you want. And try to remember to put them in caps for me. So 54 years for Les Landis. That's awesome. What are you giggling about?
Mikey Walker.
No. Ignore him.
JR, real quick there, we were in Greensboro 2 weeks ago putting the pull on, and this young man come up to me and started talking to me, and I had no idea who it was. And anyhow, to make a long story short, it was Kenton Lead, Les's grandson. And he started telling me, I didn't even know. He was telling me Les is not doing good, and that was his grandpa, and very nice young man. I respect.
You don't know him like I do, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Kenton.
Yeah, I just know down there he was really upset about his grandfather's health, but he told me a lot of stuff about what was going on and all this, and I appreciate it. He was very, very professional.
Awesome, very good. But anyway, Dwayne, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm doing no rain dance for this weekend.
We all are. No. We're okay. We're going to discuss that. We're going to save that towards the end of the show. We got the word from the man in black there. But wait a minute. They're all three wearing black. Never mind. Dave Moore. We got the word from Dave Moore. We'll let Dave talk about that later. But Bill Grove, how have you been, man?
Good. Doing good.
Man of many words.
Wife doing good, Bill?
Yes.
Good.
We're both doing good.
Good.
Good deal. Well, when you're a millionaire, I joked with Mike the other morning and I called him. I said, I don't want to call too early. I said, I don't know when millionaires get out of bed in the morning. So retired millionaires. But anyway, how you doing, Mikey?
I'm fine. I am fine.
Enjoying life? Miss your truck yet?
Enjoying life. Mowing the yard with an air-conditioned Kubota. It doesn't get any better than that.
Man, I'm living Rome then.
Wow. Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
There you go.
And Dave Moore. How's Dave Moore? I know you're probably busy in the shop as usual. So.
Well, we're busy in the shop. We just finished our tractors up a couple of days ago, because we take care of our customers first. Sure. But yeah, and then busy with this pool, trying to get things, everything you got to do to have a pool. People, people don't realize how much is involved. So, but I think we're going to be, like I said, I'm going to touch real quick on the weather. I mean, all summer long, our biggest rain since March was 3/10 at one time. We had a big thunderstorm come through here today. It made the roads wet and it was over with. Not even my measurable amount in the rain gauge. Saturday is supposed to be a little misty with a slight chance of a thunderstorm. So, you know, we're going to make it. We're going to have a pool.
Okay.
Awesome.
You heard that?
If it rains and we got to stop and then get back at it again, because the crowd, the last time, they was hoping we could wait for an hour or two and then get back at it. Yes, ma'am. JR, Tara told her mother there's no link for people to get on the watch. You know what she's talking about?
There's no link?
Yeah.
Yes,
she can't take her phone and get on it and watch the show.
If you go on Facebook to my user page, my personal name, the link's on there. And I posted it just a little while ago too.
Okay. Tara's out working in the registration trailer and she wanted to watch it, but she's just messaged Tina and said that she can't get on. So anyhow, I don't want to screw up.
The link's there. Yeah. No, it's okay. The link's there on my personal YouTube, or my personal Facebook page.
I mean, the bottom line is if we cancel, it definitely will. Sun will shine all day Saturday. If we, and you know, we're going to lose $5,000 if we cancel right off the bat. So we might as well, you know, for what little bit of weather, like I said, Brian Yeager, John Mears, Davey, they both pulled up their different, and they're all saying the same thing. Maybe a little misty, maybe a slight chance of a thunderstorm, but other than that, and as dry as we are, we could get 3 or 4 inches of rain and it won't be muddy in the pits.
It's gonna hurt. It'll soak it right up.
My yard is worse now than it is any August. It's brown. It's that dry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's dry everywhere.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Well, that means if it does rain at all, they'll eat it up.
Yep.
It'll soak in.
Anyway. Okay. Well, again, you know, chat numbers are starting to climb a little bit, so
okay,
we'll get into conversation here. But that's good news. Okay, so we're going to pool Saturday night, folks. We'll mention that again at the end of the show. But I guess one of the things that's I know because I've been around you guys forever, and you know some of your career accomplishments and stuff. I'm going to start with Bill Grove. You know, you pulled modified tractors for many years, and 2-wheel drive truck as kind of like a teammate / engine builder for the Landis family. But I guess if I were to ask you, what is your biggest career accomplishment that you personally that sticks out in your mind? What's your number one thing about what you accomplished in pulling?
I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I had a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Okay.
I can't say it. The vehicle I run was never a top-notch vehicle. I had some wins over the years and stuff, but you know, one year I won the mod in Pennsylvania, the 5 mod championship, which back then it was basically a show-up trophy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that one summer I pulled over 40 times in the 5 mod just in Pennsylvania, so it was a lot of hooks. But like I said, I had a lot of fun over the years, met a lot of nice people, and that was the biggest accomplishment, I feel.
Okay. And you had a couple different variations of that tractor, right?
Yep, a lot of them. Started out with a single engine mod that my dad and I built. Never seen a tractor pull before other than went over to Buck. And my dad was pulling in the stock class over there. They used to pull stock on Friday night. And there's this couple, and you might not believe this or not, but some of the guys left their mod sit there from week to week. Just covered them up with a tarp. And I looked at a couple of tractors and told my dad, so we ought to build one of them. Bought a rule book, and that's what we used to build it. and it didn't last long. But anyhow, then I moved to twin on the same rear end, and then moved to twin on a different rear end, and then moved to a twin on another rear end, and then ended up with a triple.
What was the name of your triple? Same name?
Yep, Mighty Mouse 3.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I got some photos here. We'll go through here real quick with you.
But and me and Mike talked about this the other week, and Dave can profess to the same thing. Back then, you went and bought a junkyard rear end and built, went to a tractor junkyard, you pick them up for a couple $100 and went from there. And Mike was saying about when he started pulling, he had a junkyard engine in his truck. That's what you run. So it was a lot different.
That was real budget pulling back then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, in his defense of what he's saying is I worked at the John Deere dealer at Glad Hills in Frederick, and I overhauled 30-20s and 40-20s. That was my tractor, 30-20s and 40-20s. I saved all the engine bearings and put them in a 5-gallon bucket. And when it was time to build my motor or rebuild it, you route it through the used bearings, and that's what we put in. We didn't buy new bearings. We didn't buy new rings. It was, my first tractor, I give $100 for it. It was burned up in a barn fire in Gettysburg. And I give $100 for it. And I rode in the farm there with it. Dad was milking, and I pulled in and put the road back, and he come out and he said, "You give $100 for that polish SHIT." But yeah, that's how we did it back then.
Yeah.
We went to salvage yards and on semi trucks to find turbos.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new. Nothing new.
And I worked at a Chevy dealer, and my engines were, a lot of times they were warranty takeout stuff that I spun a bearing or something and got the crank ground and used that.
You mean to tell me you didn't buy a bunch of Corvettes?
Yeah, Rick Fike.
That was the story we always got.
Yeah, Rick Fike's story. Got 2 Corvettes sitting in his backyard with the motors out of. But that was pulling back then, and
Yep. It wasn't nothing. I mean, I remember, when I was little and we get done milking, we'd always go back to the Thomas brothers, Donnie's farm right back here, to find out how they did Saturday night. And it was nothing to go with them guys and change main bearings in a tractor between classes in the pits. Drop the pan, roll out the old bearings, roll a set of used ones in, or one, not a whole set, but one, and go back to pulling. Yeah.
I heard a story about one of them needed a rod. They found a rod somewhere. It was bent. And I remember I hear they took a ball peen hammer or whatever and beat the rod straight in the engine and won that night.
Yes, that was Franklin County Fair. Yep. I remember that. They were beating on it with actually a small sledgehammer, but it was
sledgehammer. Yeah.
They were beating on it on a trailer, and I just said, "Man, how can this work?" And put it in the damn tractor and went out and won the next class.
True story.
That's crazy.
Just to give an example how much things changed. When the first couple of years I was pulling, Bill Almany pulled in my class, and he had a 427 Ford. They blew that up, and he bought a Holman Moody 429 Boss motor.
Yep.
Moody builder. This is NASCAR builder.
Yep.
And he paid $7,000 for that motor, and I couldn't believe that somebody would spend that much money on a pull tractor.
Now there was 2 Omni brothers, wasn't it?
Harry too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
Harry,
guys.
Harry had a blown camera motor.
Okay.
That was one of them overhead cam 427.
Bill had it was a cock shot, wasn't it, with the motor in it, the blue hood and everything. It was a cock
shot.
It
was a cock shut hood and stuff on, but it actually had an Oliver 88 rear in it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool stuff. Anyway, I got some pictures here, Grib. I'll walk real quick. You can tell us about each one.
That's my first tractor. That was my
Wow.
dad on it, and then that guy with a big bushy hair, that was me back then.
Wow.
Wow.
Quite a head of hair.
Yes. Every time I go to the barber shop, as soon as I walk in, the barber would say, "Your mom already called."
That's hilarious.
But that was a 327 and with an F20 rear. I bought that rear off a guy I worked with. He had it set at his farm, paid me $75 for it.
Okay.
We built the rest of it.
Did your dad pull that tractor, Bill?
He ran it a couple times that I couldn't be there.
Because he looks familiar.
He was a flagman at the Buck.
Yeah, starting line flagman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
But anyhow, at the Buck one night, my wife said she was sitting in the stands, and I come down along the head, where they towed you down, and some guy sitting beside her said, "Look at that piece of junk. I bet that guy ain't got $500 in that." And she said, "I bet he does."
Oops. Oops.
You got it working now? Okay.
Is it working yet, Dave?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk at it,
That's
but
okay.
she said it's working, yes.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
that
that's how I
should be on
got
there.
started.
Well, that's good. He just, man, he looks familiar. I mean, I don't know if the last time I ever seen him, but he looks familiar.
Yeah, Coleman actually started out in the modified class, right?
Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yeah.
Did he
Yep.
Chitty Bang Bang?
Had a Chrysler 440 on it.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I can get back over here to. I don't know what's going to pop up next. There we go.
Oh, that's actually my third tractor. That was first one I had 30-inch tires on. That was a Case DC rear and same small block, twin small blocks.
Okay.
Stanley Graver run a Case DC rear, didn't have any trouble with it, so that's what I went with. But I ain't had nothing but trouble with mine.
Of course.
They were chain drives. The from the brake shafts back to the wheels was great big chains in them with sprockets, and I had a habit of breaking the chains and they get down through the case and bust the case. But when you put 1,000 horsepower in front of something designed for 20, that's what you usually get.
Yep.
So anyhow, I did pretty good with that tractor. Except I had a pair of 30s on it. I bought those tires. I bought those tires off of Mike Wright. They come off one of these Steigers.
Is that right?
Huh.
So you guys just run pump gas in them things back then, or did you guys have a special fuel?
Actually, I went up to the airport and run aviation fuel.
Okay.
That was my second tractor. That was a F20 Orchard tractor rear. An Orchard tractor was a narrow rear. And it was an F20 Orchard tractor rear with two small blocks in it.
Total investment?
Oh, back in, I'd probably say $5,000 to $6,000 at the most.
Wow.
But that was a lot back then,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, when you brought home $160 a week, it was a lot.
Yep.
I was going to say, I look at the pictures of these tractors from this era. They didn't have much of a frame on them. You just had 3-inch C-channel frame.
That was a 2x4 box there.
Okay.
I got a question real quick, Dave. You can't see it, but is asking, what is your favorite old-time pulling tractor?
Now, who's that to? Is it somebody's asking me that?
Yeah, it's asking you. Yeah, Robert Drawbridge is asking you that. Robert Caraba.
What was my favorite tractor, or
Favorite old-time pulling?
The one tractors that I owned, or all the tractors?
Give us an example of both. Yours and or also whoever else.
Yeah, I mean that picture that you got of the Moore pulling team tractor. I just, my dad was involved with that, and that had, I don't know, that we sent the old tractor before that was looking rough because we built it back to Thomas Brothers, and they didn't have I didn't have a grinder. Everything was cut with a torch. And it was pretty rough, but we got it down the track. And then after a while, Dad was pretty particular about it. And he called an outfit here in Greencastle about making sheet metal for it. And he said, the guy gave him a rough idea. And he said, I got a cow that's got that sheet metal's name on it that I'll send her to the auction and that'll pay for the sheet metal. Well, when they were done with the side shields, they were extra. We forgot about them. But anyhow, when we were done, he had to send a second cow.
Oh, I bet.
And that stuff goes through my mind, and it's pretty sentimental.
Yep, absolutely.
But Dad had to find another cow to pay for the sheet metal.
Okay, how about another tractor overall, aside from Moore pulling team?
And I don't know. I mean, there was so many tractors, JR, back in. Yeah. I don't know if I had. I don't know that I can answer that for sure. Yeah. I mean,
that's fine.
Coleman, when he bought Danny Dean's tractor, Never Say Never. I mean, that was kind of a pretty neat deal as far as I was concerned.
And that tractor's on that class I released today from 1992. Okay. Yeah.
So, like I said, I worked at the John Deere dealer. I hope I ain't talking too much, but anyway, I worked at the John Deere dealer, and Morris had me putting this 4010 engine together on a stand there, and he was over there working on this Roostermaster pump, and anyhow, he said the guy's coming after this thing, and this guy rolled in with a dually pickup with a camper up in the bed and pulling a little wooden trailer, flatbed trailer that probably ain't even fit to be on the road today. And it was Coleman Wheatley. And I put that engine in his first tractor. Well, we couldn't get the timing thing figured out on that Roostermaster pump. So I said, well, I know somebody that can figure that out. And he said, who's that? And I said, Leonard Thomas. And anyhow, he followed me home. I took him back to the Thomas farm. Leonard messed with it. And he said, we got it right. And went to start it. And that thing belched a ball of fire out the pipe. And Coleman come back upside off the seat, backwards behind the tires. He thought he was shot. I think with them Roostermaster pumps, they just blowed fire and just all kind of stupid stuff, And but once you got wide open, it's smoothed out. But yeah, he come off the seat. He thought he was shot.
That's hilarious.
So it was kind of, back in the day, the Thomas boys with Deer Power 1 and Deer Power 2, and Joe Bell and had a 4010. Jimmy Kendall had the turbine. I forget the guys down in Frederick that had a couple of them tractors. I can't think of their name. Cage the light tractor, Eddie Harmon.
Eddie Harmon, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that tractor wound up Eddie Smith's, and then the boy down in Southern Maryland's got it now. But Mike Wright, Mike. Who's the Graced? I'm thinking Harry Graced.
Yep.
I mean, them guys pulled it to buck. Harry's wife actually did registration and all that back then, and it was just a lot of tractors that I really respected.
Yeah.
I think the neatest thing is back then when we started, there was modified tractors and there were smoker tractors, and that's the only thing that was pulling. And we were at the buck. And I don't know who it was, Mike Ziegler might know, but somebody got in an argument saying, well, I'll unhook my pickup and I'll pull it farther than that damn modified just did. And I don't know. But anyhow, it got unhooked and they went down and hooked this four-wheel drive to the sled. And I forget who it was, but they got the argument that I can take my pickup and pull farther than you did or whatever.
I can think of a couple people, but I won't mention them.
No, and I don't know, and then And hell, Tommy Beggar, I mean, he rolled in there. What, he had 806 or something. I mean, he pulled back in the day. And
yeah, diesel back then. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely. We
But
got
I
here
pulled
Mr.
against Bill Grove was at the Buck. Dave Greek. You know, the Omni guys, Les Landis. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, the two-wheel drive that Bill helped with, their dad had a modified. Can't think of his last name now. Kevin Landis, his grandfather.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right on that?
Yep. Pat Landis.
Yep. Landis. Yep.
Yep. So I mean, you know, and Gary Mills. It was funny. Every time I go out to pull out on the tractor hook to the sled, he'd jump up on my weight bracket and he'd tell me, "You do this, you do that, you do that." And a lot of times I couldn't hear him because of the helmet, but I just shook my head, okay.
And you're probably better off because usually when he did that, he's screwing with your head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he liked me.
How he knows.
He thought he was.
I'll tell you, I used to go to a pool. I got there and looked at the track. I knew exactly where I was going to put my weights and all that. And next thing you know, you're ready to hook the sled. Here comes Gary. Well, I wouldn't run it that way. And
yep. I used to like, and I loved Earl Howard to death. You know, he was a great partner. And when him and I started this East Coast, but I used to watch him down in Galax. Gary would say, "You need to do this, you need to do that," and it was totally wrong thing to do. He was trying to screw up Earl, and Earl was doing the same thing to him, and you know, it was just so funny. But
it's a little game they play.
Yeah.
Well, that and counting weights. You know, I don't. Back then, you knew basically what everybody else run on their tractor on what tracks, and you counted weights. You know, you watch them running.
Yep.
Well, one night, Andy Zielinski broke his tractor, and we had to take the weights off of it so he could get it off the track. And I grabbed one of the weights, figured it was 100-pound, and went above my head.
Psych.
It was a wooden weight that he wedged in. It looked just like a regular 100, but it was
right.
wooden.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty slick. What we got with this one, Bill?
This would actually be my fourth tractor. It was a Ford 4000 rear, and I noticed it got fuel injection. I went to Hillborn fuel injection, and had Road X heads and roller cams in that one. Run alcohol.
Serious. Yep, getting serious.
I have an observation on this picture. Were those fenders or were they armrests?
They were fenders. Back then, all you needed is a barrier between the tire and you.
Yeah.
Which didn't mean much.
I was going to say, as narrow as the frame is there, did you put your feet down and pedal the thing off the track like kids do on their tricycles?
Now, if you notice, the brake pedals are up on that aluminum platform.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But, and there's my last tractor. That was the same frame with fenders on it. And I added the top engine to it. Earl Henderson really helped me out on that. I was trying to figure out how I was going to finance an extra clutch and a drop box and all that. And he happened to have one over there at his house that come off of Peanut Queen. And he sold that to me for a giveaway price. That's how I could afford to do that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there it is again. That's the only time I run three motors in that 5,500 pound class. So I went to, that was at Cuba, New York.
Okay.
Decision maker sleds back then.
Yeah. Oh,
look at that.
Who's that guy?
That's a 60 porn star, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ronnie Grove.
What do they call him? King Bill.
Yeah. King Billy.
King Billy.
Okay. But anyhow, That was the tractors I had. Had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I said, I probably had more fun off the track than I ever had on the track.
And after it was all said and done, that poor tractor went to David
Yeah.
Justice.
Went to Davy Justice.
Yeah.
I ran it for how many years and never broke a gear. I had an SCS gearbox, never broke it or nothing. I think a second run he had it blew it all apart.
100 years.
Go ahead and tell them the story. You walked up to the tractor.
Yep. Walked up to the tractor and laid my hand on the tire and said, I didn't mean it to come to this old girl.
Sentimental attachment.
Yeah.
That's good
Well,
stuff.
you'd have to know Davy Justice to understand. We used to call him the horse puller because as soon as they hear the chain clink, he was gone.
Wow.
Whack.
Don't get everything moving in the same direction first. Just go.
Yeah.
That was Mark Brandhoover back in the day, Dwayne, and he was just an outstanding person to work with. I mean, I put a new set of tires on my diesel super and was down in Bel Air, and it acted funny going down the track, and he come back in the pit and he said, something wrong with your tractor. And I'm like, how do you know? You know, you're just a sled operator. He said, I could tell. And by God, he was right. The tire was actually rubbing more of my tie bars.
I gotcha.
Go from my axles up to the frame, yeah, and it was rubbing it. I didn't, of course, they were puller tires, and I was used to ag tires, and they were swell. But he was just he was a good guy. He was, he was probably one of the best.
Yeah, Kenton. That's to Galen Spickler. You know, he needs no introduction. You know, he's one of the owners of the Buck at one time, and of course Richard Zimmerman, which is Tom Zimmerman's dad, that helps Dave Greek drive and stuff.
Yep.
And Dave Greek's another one. Started modified tractors with the Greek Streak, the single engine mod. So if you remember that, I know him and the boys were looking for that tractor a while back, but never found it. They were looking to buy it back and do whatever.
I'll tell you a story about me and Dave Greek. We decided to load. His dad had a trucking business back when we were both pulling, and we decided we're going to borrow one of his flatbed trailers and a truck tractor and load both our tractors on, and we went to Hartford Fair.
Oh boy, that's a ride.
So anyhow, well, I was a big ride back in for boy. It was never out of York County, but anyhow, we get up there and pulled and loaded up. Went to leave up there, and Dave said, "I'm really tired." He said, "Do you think you could drive?" I said, "I never drove a tractor trailer in my life." Said, I'll try it. We started down 81, and I bet I didn't drive for 20 minutes. He said, "I'm wide awake now." He said, "I'll be able to drive."
Glenn Darnell.
Your truck driving career was short.
Yeah, short.
That's hilarious. Glenn Darnell. Yep. Remember Glenn Darnell?
Yeah.
The streaker.
Streaker.
Yeah.
Used to buck at night, the front axle come out from one underneath the tractor. He had a single pin axle, swivel axle in the front.
Yeah.
When the front end come up, the pin come out, and the axle went back under the tractor.
Yeah.
It was a wild ride.
Oof.
Wood Funk. There's all kinds of names we can.
Yep. We had
Oh my goodness.
I forget what year it was, 74, 74, I think it was. A couple of us boys decided at our FFA, and we had a little farm there at the school that we farm. We decided we wanted to have a tractor pull for the FFA for a fundraiser, and we had it was stock stuff, and then we had Glenn Darnell, Eddie Harmon, the Thomas boys, and the Price farm, 4320s, Price boys. And I'll never forget when I went to school. It was a very successful deal, but when I went to school the following week, all you heard was Deer Power and the Streaker, Deer Power and the Streaker.
Yeah.
But Glenn, that was back when he was on the V8 then, before he went to Allison's. But it was a neat deal.
That's This fellow here says, I'd like to find a pro stock tractor and a 6,200 four-wheel drive truck. He says he's got $500,000 to throw out. So
You sold too soon, Mike.
I did. I did.
Yep. Yeah. Mike just sold his truck here not too long ago. And
1st of December. Woke up the
December.
1st of December. I had 6 vehicles. Went to bed the 1st of December. I had 3.
Whoa.
So 3 in
Cut the herd in half one day.
Just keep an eye on
Cash only.
there's pullingjunk.com, stuff like that. And you'll find stuff for sale. Any of the message boards, pulloff.com, et cetera, et cetera. Bill Grove Les used to tell us grandkids a story about they moved boxes front to stop two-wheel drive trucks. Do you ever recall that?
Would
Did you catch
repeat
that, Grove?
please?
Can you read? You see it on the screen? There in front of me.
They didn't move. They would have moved a chunk of weight and put it in the pan to stop a two-wheel drive. Really don't understand what you mean by moving boxes.
Be the weight box,
They might move stuff in the weight, put it towards the front.
Yeah.
But
Or maybe
he always
they-
check- he
maybe
probably
they moved the
noticed.
box
He
up a
probably
little bit.
remembers them chunking the pan before the two-wheel drives. He chunked the pan to get him to hook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Start the box forward a little bit, maybe.
Well, yeah, probably, but the biggest thing was a chunk of pan.
Yep.
Let's talk four-wheel drive trucks here.
Okay.
Mike Ziegler.
Yes, sir.
How many years did you and Linda pull?
It was we pulled NTPA for almost 50 years. We started with NTPA and kept pulling,
Right.
and it was about 50 years.
15 years. Wow.
Yeah.
And just up until last year.
Yes.
Last year was your final year. You retired after last year.
She retired.
She retired. Mike's been retired.
Yes.
But that truck is still here local on the circuit, and it will be Brad Broy now, and it will be called Cash Only. And did it get its Hemi yet, or?
I think the Hemi's in the truck. A guy called me interested. He wanted to buy the old motor, and he was talking to Brad, and he called me what the old motor was about.
Right.
So
Okay.
yes, I think if we have the pool down at Dave's pool, it'll be there with a Hemi in it.
Good.
Interesting.
Awesome. That will be very interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to pull some pictures up. All right. Greatest accomplishment, your career accomplishment, you and Linda.
In 1992, we won Region 1 and then went to Indy Super Pool.
Nice.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you won a region, you got a free pass to the Super Pool. And that was the last year for the 93 was the last year of the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a big deal back in the day. You
Yep.
run the points and get you a chance to go to the Indy Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Before we get into your particular vehicles,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When did Linda start polling?
Oh, right away.
Oh, you shared
When
duty.
When we started down at Rough and Tumble,
Mm-hmm.
she would drive. You could drive. 2 people could drive the same vehicle, and she would drive and I would drive, and she'd beat me every damn time. So she was a designated driver. Yeah.
I gotcha. You were the designated mechanic, and she was the designated driver.
Yep.
which it helped you watch the truck for future
Yeah.
setup, et cetera, et cetera. So.
You know, if you don't have to fix it, you can just go ahead and break it. It doesn't matter.
Try
If you have to fix it, you're a little more gentle with things.
Behave, Grove. I can see the steam coming out of Grove's ears. He wants to say it so bad. So we're going to let it alone. That happens in Berryville, stays in Berryville.
Not along down with me, Grove. You don't have to do anything all night but watch.
Yeah.
I know Bill Grove is all cleaned up and stuff and still ended up under the truck.
Mm-hmm.
We spent 2 hours bending the frame back enough that you could slide the weight in to get it in the truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was twisted that bad.
Oh my. That's crazy.
And you know what caused
Anyway,
that? Richard Love's sled with a cab on the back. Remember he showed
Everybody.
up down there with that sled with a cab.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And
And
I
back
know
then,
Willie Epps
nobody,
took a wild ride that night too with his truck.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad.
nobody knew what caused that, but now we know it because they ain't got no pan weight.
Yeah, that was an unforgivable night. That was pretty bad. I'd never seen Willie that truck jump like that ever. Really bad. Really bad.
So there wasn't.
Mike's was no different. I mean, pretty violent.
So there was not enough of hitch weight off the starting line.
Right. You could carry the pan for 20, 30, 40 feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then it gets to setting the pan down, picking it up, and sitting it down,
Yeah.
picking it up. We found, I don't know if they still do it or not, but when I was officiating, a lot of times the four-wheel drives, I'd have a sled operator move the box up a notch to keep them from doing that.
Yeah.
We got you, Mike Walker. Okay, Mike Ziegler. Before we get into these pictures, Mike Walker come up with a good one. It's probably one of the funniest stories I've heard out of Truck and Tractor. The time you left La Plata, Maryland without Linda.
Oh, I had the dog. We were in the hauler. Everything loaded up, ready to go. And she backed me out. And I thought she came in the kitchen door, the walk-in door. I'm down the road. I'm heading for 301. And there's a truck behind me flashed his lights, and I didn't know what was going on. It was me and the dog up front, and I thought sure Linda was in the back. He pulled up beside me, and she got out of his truck and come over and got in my hauler then.
At least
What'd she say to you?
Yeah, she was happy.
You probably don't. I don't think we can. No, we don't want to hear that language.
Okay.
Yeah. I told you about the X rating. You don't know. You don't want to go there.
Yeah, you don't want to go there. That's just one of them crazy things that happens. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say at least you weren't going fast enough that they could catch up to you.
No, it's if leaving La Plata, you get down a little bit of a back road to get out on the 301.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going. Well, that thing don't go that fast going around them corners and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I know better. I've seen differently.
On two wheels. Yeah.
Up the road he went, just him and the dog.
Me and Junior, we were happy. We were going up the road.
You almost got the driving position the next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Right.
she wouldn't quit. She'd take it out and try to break it for me.
Give you something to do for the week.
I remember down in Winchester, Virginia, when she was ready to take off, he jumps on the scooter and takes off down to the other end of the track. And next thing you know, the scooter flies up in the air. And I think Mike's still in the air too.
Speed bump.
Oh, gee.
When I had my knees operated on, I used the scooter to get around because the walking wasn't doing real. I had both my knees replaced at one time. And the scooter, it was muddy or whatever. Yeah. I went one way and the scooter went the other way.
I remember that.
Crap hit the fan.
Yeah.
God.
Sure was quiet. Yeah. Mike Walker said sure was quiet. When,
Yeah.
yeah. Whenever you left London.
Yeah, I should have known it was too quiet.
All right. We'll go through some trucks here, Mike, before we get to yours.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about each one of them real quick.
Oh,
Well, not real quick, whatever.
did he? Cahill.
Yep.
That truck had 0 miles on it. That came off a showroom floor.
Wow.
With the
Wow.
it was a 3/4 ton, and the big thing, we were putting Dana 60 front ends in them, and the 3/4 ton had a Dana 60 front end in from the factory.
Okay.
He bought it right off the showroom floor.
That's
Good
awesome.
people. Him and his brother pulled. Good people.
There's
Wow, I
Gary
see.
Mills right behind him.
Yep.
Yeah, Gary Mills there, and I see the Shine
Gary
Brothers
Mills.
tractor in the background.
Oh yeah.
Dodge fan. Look at that. Huh. Yeah, Jimmy Moritz ended up with that truck too and pulled it a little bit, correct?
Yeah, it floated around.
Yeah.
A couple people had that thing. I think you're right. I think Jimmy did have it.
Yeah.
That was Don Shine's modified.
Yeah, in the back. I was going to say, I see the Shine Brothers.
Yeah.
Modified.
Yeah. Is that that ain't the Buck? Where's
Yeah.
that at?
That's
Yeah,
the Buck.
That's the buck. I don't know where at. I
That
see the
goes back
telephone
many years.
poles.
Yeah. That's over before you get to the scales. That main road you drive back.
No. Okay.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
That's John Adams and Ronnie Kaufman.
And unfortunately, we lost Ronnie Kaufman a couple of years back, I believe.
Yep.
Good guy.
Look where the headers are. That's where we push the motors ahead.
Yes.
See where the headers are? The motors in the stock position.
Yeah, they're back pretty far.
It was sort of funny. Fellenbaum was always an innovator.
Yeah.
And he came to the Buck one time and had his motor push front. Of course, he ended up winning. And the guy that had Eastern truck, it was down in Easton. It's a truck junkyard.
Yes. Yep.
Mark Hardesty. Next week he came to the pools. His motor was push front. He paid 3 people to work on that all week to get that motor push front.
How about that?
Yeah.
Monkey do. If it works, let's do it. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it only makes sense, to put the weight up over there.
And it just makes you wonder where some of these trucks ever ended up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what ever happened to that one. I have no idea.
Chucky still has his first one.
Did they run the factory transfer case in those things then, or did they run something beefed up?
Early on we did. Yeah. The new process, 405s?
Mm-hmm.
And you would break the gear in the darn things. So you always carried a spare gear with you.
See the old sled out back there.
The squeaky wheel.
I think that's Larry Rohr's truck.
And according to Frankie, number 1 hit.
I remember them old skinny tires back in the day.
Yeah.
See the Tomcat in the background.
There's Firefly back there.
Yeah. Earl Henderson. Yep.
Oh yeah, with the yellow wheels.
Yeah.
Tommy Middleton there with the Tomcat, which is the old Glory Seeker.
Yeah.
Mike Wright.
Sally's number 1 hit is the word. What word is it? Lillian, is it grease, love, bird?
Foolish Pleasure.
Foolish Pleasure.
Yeah. We stumped him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that isn't. I can't. There was a girl that drove that, I believe.
Yes, that is a female driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing that caught my eye was a Ford truck and 427 Chevy on the hood.
Yeah, it was a George Rupert motor.
Okay.
You probably don't have any idea who the hell George Rupert is, but He
They
was
can remember stuff like that, but can't remember the driver.
yeah.
I could say something.
There's a truck that used to be the one-armed bandit.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jerry Garber. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's his wife's sister that drives that truck there. There's
Right.
Boss Hog again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
you,
why
you mentioned that. I'm working my way to right there. He is.
Yep, there he is. There he
That
is.
is the very first four-wheel drive pulling truck I seen go down the track at the Buck.
Yep,
As a young,
that was
the first one.
that's what came out of Kinzer. We pulled there for 3 or 4 years, and we just kept progressing and progressing and got better. And one of the owners of the Buck came down one night. And he watched us pull, and he said, NTPA voted to have 4-wheel drive classes. Would you guys be interested in coming to the Buck? Whoa,
No,
going big
absolutely.
time. So
Yeah.
I think we had 8 or 10 trucks to show up at the first time the Buck had truck pulls.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Got the patriotic weight theme going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The player who ends this round with the most money gets the advantage.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. New Holland flywheels.
Serious.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's what they are.
Wow.
Yep.
They have a bushing in the center, and when they push that bushing in, if it's not quite right, it cracks it. They're done. The whole flywheel they throw. There had a whole pile of them there. I said, "Can I have some? Take as many as you want."
How about that?
How much did those weigh?
The little ones weighed 200 pounds, and then there's a wider one they had that weighed 300 pounds. I had a couple of them.
Okay.
I bet they were fun to get up on the weight bar.
You just roll them.
I gotcha.
I unload off the trailer, and my weight bar was pretty level with the ramps, and you just rolled it right onto the trailer.
How about that? Yeah.
That's awesome.
What's rare about this photo?
I don't know. I'm driving.
Mike Ziegler's driving. Yep.
Oh man,
That's Mikey in the seat.
78. You have 3 minutes.
yeah.
That's cool stuff. Then we progress to the S10
Yep.
Iron Butterfly. This is out out by Landis.
Not Bedford, is it?
No, it's
Somerset.
yes.
Myersdale.
Myersdale. That's it.
Myersdale, yeah,
Myersdale.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That's actually that class and all of Myersdale from Landis. Landis's pulling videos is on my channel, so you can watch those classes from there. Yes, Kevin, if you're watching, we're making strides. We're getting your videos done. Finally, that's been a nightmare. I appreciate their patience because I've went through 2 machines getting these things done, and I finally found one that's working good so far. So it takes time to transfer them over, but we're getting them.
There it
And
is, Pink Arrow.
Yep, the Pink Arrow, or as people, of course, Oz used to call it somebody was the Pepto-Bismol or something.
Yeah.
But that actually is the truck that would be current day, right? Pretty much, other
Yes,
than the frame.
yeah.
The chassis is probably different.
Yep. No, that's the old truck chassis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pink Arrow no more. Oh,
Oops.
no.
Now, I didn't put this on here to be a smartass or anything, but Bill Grove, here's your opportunity. Now, hun. That's all I'm going to say about
nothing
that.
that Hum did. The bolts backed out of the hub in
Yeah.
the front.
Yeah.
I usually tear that thing all apart over the winter and go over, put new bolts in and stuff. And there's 8 7/16 grade 8 bolts that hold that hub on.
Yeah.
And some of them backed out and some of them broke.
That's crazy. Wow.
When we were done that night, we had the hub bolted back on and rolled it up into
Yeah.
the hauler.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure looks ugly, doesn't it?
Had the body sitting high enough that it didn't mess the body up.
I think she raised the body up a little bit.
Oh,
Then.
The
gotcha.
body jumped up when the wheel went underneath.
I
Oh,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it. What happened with you didn't run rollers under your weight box then?
that has a roller, but
Yeah.
for the roller to work, you got to come down straight. See,
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta lose
Mike
the
Walker.
that roller is full length of the weight box.
I gotcha. I see it.
Yeah. It's a round baler roll
Yep.
with rubber vulcanized onto the roll.
Yes.
Telling you. Baler parts to make a pulling truck. Isn't that awesome?
It worked.
Absolutely. And the price was right, believe me.
Yeah.
Dwayne,
That's hilarious.
the purpose of that roller is if the hitch breaks, them trucks used to stand straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
They take
so
a
the
nose
weight
dive.
box didn't dig in and flip them over.
Yep.
That's
That's why
correct.
they originally put the rollers on the front.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's Mike Bostic did own Almost Heaven
Yes,
after
Mike Bostic. That's right.
Yep, after
Yeah.
Cahill and before Jimmy Moritz. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Thank you, Mike. Yep. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Four-wheel drive trucks, and you guys are right there from the get-go. You
Yeah.
help put you guys help put four-wheel drive pulling in the Pennsylvania pulling books, even everywhere, really. Maryland, Pennsylvania.
Well, it's funny when they started, I got involved in NTPA. I was one of the representatives to the full board of NTPA, and a lot of the rules for four-wheel drives came from Pennsylvania. We put them in the Pennsylvania rule book. Yeah. Into the national NTPA rule book.
Winchester was alive and well with four-wheel drive truck pulling as well. And boy, oh boy, they had some
I got an interesting
heavy hitters
one
out of there
for you, Mike.
Yeah.
I grew up in New Holland, and my buddy worked at the machine plant. So a lot of the tinkering and welding and fabrication that I did when I was a teenager, most of my stuff came out of the baler plant. We go in there and salvage steel and hydraulic cylinders and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
So.
That's stealing.
Salvaging. He's salvage. If you pick it out of the trash, it's salvage.
Yeah.
And if
came
you
out of the
in the
dumpster.
trash in the first place, that didn't count. No, I'd ask, especially people in the tool room, if you needed something done really right, and they'd go, "Oh, what are you making?" I said, "Truck parts." That's what it is. I never lied to them.
right.
So which department did you work in?
Press and shear. I was sheet metal, brake press, punch press.
Yep.
Last 10 years I was there, I run lasers.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So did you know, would you have known a gentleman by the name of David Cahuth, an engineer in Press and Shear? That was my buddy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah. I got to know him pretty well towards the end of the time that I was there.
Yeah, big tall guy.
Yeah, big, tall, thin, to go spelunking.
Yep, that's what I did when I was in my 20s.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did that for many years.
Huh.
But we didn't call it spelunking. We called it caving.
Caving, yeah.
Yes, sir. He's still around. He lives about 3 miles from my house here, and he's a single guy. He's part of our family, comes to all our Christmas dinners and family functions.
Oh, yeah?
So I get to see him quite a bit. Yep. His yeah.
Well,
another small world.
Yeah.
Another pulling legend worked with you at New Holland, Charlie Brommer.
Charlie Brommer.
Charlie Brommer was an employee there for
What
many,
I was
many
saying
years.
about the tool room, on once a month, the supervisors would have a meeting on night shift, and they'd go away and never come back. And I would be put on Press and Shear as assistant supervisor, and Charlie Brummer run the tool room. He was the assistant supervisor. And one night I went down there, and every machine was running tractor parts in that shop. and there's like 25 or 30 machines, you know, mills and hoppers and shit. Every one of them was running a tractor part.
That's when you got the work done.
Yep. Yep.
That's hilarious. Let's not forget about Dan Fellenbaum, or to modern day pullers and fans, Dan Savage.
Yep.
You know,
Chucky
was right there with the Apache. I guess the
Yep.
first truck of his was a Chevy Apache, and then of course then he went on to the Warrior truck after that.
Well, it was a different truck. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The Apache was a 55 or something like that, 55,
Yes.
56.
Yeah.
And then he had one like mine at 72.
It was the Warrior, which ended up in Florida, I believe.
Florida. Yeah.
And he's had a couple of trucks since then. Most recently, the old Three Bears.
Yeah.
Of Bob and Scott Smith. How's he doing? I haven't heard from him in a while.
He's just busy. You know, he has chickens.
Yeah.
Laying hens. And he's just busy with that. And the farm that he lives on, there's another house. There's two houses on it, and he fixed the one house up for his son to live in, his son's family. And he was an architect from down in DC and moved back home. And Dan's spare time is working on the house and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the old Three Bears just sitting there, you know.
That's
asleep.
a really good
And
truck.
The truck he called Mr. Chevy, the orange one,
Yes.
still has it.
That came out of California, right? It was the Californian at one time.
Yeah.
Steve Conrad, yeah. Steve Conrad's old truck for sale
Yeah.
right now.
Jimmy told me it's sold.
Oh, it did sell? Okay.
What he's told me, yeah. He said he
I'm
heard
sorry.
it.
Okay. What was you going to say, Dwayne? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said the guy he was talking about, the trucks are just collecting dust.
Yeah. But at his place, he has a couple of 55 Chevys and a couple of 57 Bel Airs that he's had when he was in school.
Ooh,
Whatever.
So
I like that one of those 55s.
Yeah. And
That's my
two-door
favorite.
two-door hardtop Bel Airs. Wow.
Paul Booth. How's Paul and Leroy doing?
I talk to Paul every once in a while, and they're doing good. They're doing good.
Very good. I sure miss Kevin Seuss. I ain't got nobody to aggravate during the day.
Yeah.
Man, we used to aggravate one another back in the Nextel telephone days. Oh, my Lord. Used to have a ball. Don't fall asleep, Dave. You're next.
I woke him up.
He was watching TV off to the side there.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Got the Weather Channel on 24/7.
That'll drive you crazy if you do that.
Yeah. Make you feel sad.
We'll be fine.
But yeah, a lot of guys have come and gone in that four-wheel drive class. Willie Ump sold his truck.
Yeah.
Willie, that's a storybook of its own.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost his
the
brother.
Ump's brothers were
Yeah,
a
they
lot
were
of fun. A lot of good people, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah. Of course, the Virginian Dale Wilson. It was always a very, very pretty truck, good running truck. The first one, that was a good running truck back.
Used to be in early times of the Buck when four-wheel drive. Dale Wilson and Three Bears would run together. They both had Winnebago motorhomes and trailers, flat trailers. And you knew when they pulled in, best you could do was third. Yeah.
Don't forget about Mr. Rasso out of New York too. The Chevy Barn team. They were very tough.
Yeah.
Very
There's
tough.
a couple. Well, that's where Joe Flannery was from New York, and then a guy by the name. His last name was Frame. Larry, I think. Larry Frame.
Yeah.
Had a trucking concern, and those trucks were tough. Tough.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But Leo K.
Leo
K.
Yeah.
Leo K. Remember when he come to the Buck with a Hemi?
Yep. Had an Aries.
An
motor.
Aries, yep. In the first run, bang.
Yep. he didn't know how to use a centrifugal clutch, or didn't know how to set it up or something. It was way wrong. Everything was way wrong.
No, he moved way up from a 4-wheel drive then.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Linda her career highlights, but she walked away.
Our marriage.
Somehow I don't think she's gonna say that, Mike, but okay.
In July, and in July I'll be 59 years now.
59 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I only left her one time, and I was down at the Plata.
She had to run you down.
Well, apparently
maybe she should have thought about that a little bit.
I was going to say, apparently she still wanted you because she caught up to you.
Yeah, she did.
Well, he had the truck. Of course,
yeah.
And the dog.
Yeah, she had or Mike had the pulling truck and the dog with him. Of course, she's going to run him down.
Mike, I was just here thinking, which pool was that you broke your leg when he shot the cannon?
Oh my God. That was
Virginia, right?
Somewhere in Maryland. I can't think where it was. I plugged my battery charger in, and I went up. I fell out of the top bunk. I was getting down the ladder of the top bunk, and I got my leg hooked and fell, and it hurt.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And the next day, I plugged the battery charger in, charging the battery up, and kaboom! I forget where it was in Maryland, but I thought my battery blew up. I jumped up out of the truck down. Yeah, and someone said, "No, they're shooting a cannon."
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Where would they shoot that? I remember them shooting cannons off. Was it Manassas or somewhere down there?
Manassas.
Was it Manassas?
Manassas, yeah. They used to shoot that. I remember that. They can't scare you to death, man. That thing's loud.
Oh my God!
Wow, my neighbor's got one.
Oh jeez!
It'll rattle the window.
Did he shoot it your way? Did he shoot it at you?
No, not yet. we get along, so. But
okay,
you never know when he's going to shoot that thing off. It'll jump out of your skin, man.
Oh man, yeah.
We were at Troy Fair one year, and up at Troy, you park in the infield, in the center of it's a racetrack. So anyhow, I don't know where Mike was. If him and Linda were over in the fairgrounds or what, but we had a driver's meeting, and they said nobody's supposed to start their vehicle. They're going to run these sulky horses. Do not start your vehicle. Do not start your vehicle. So Mike comes over, and they just started the sulky race, and vroom! I can still see that rent-a-cop running with his gun drawn.
What was he going to do?
Wow.
Shoot the horse?
Yeah, right. Holy moly.
Did you get chewed out, Mike?
No. Star. They wouldn't do the star like that.
Hey, you didn't get the memo, right?
Right.
Oh man.
So that's the excuse we use nowadays. If you don't show up for the driver's meeting, you're exempt.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay. One more round of photos here real quick. Dave Moore, it's your turn, man.
All right.
50, how would you say 54 years pulling?
51.
51 years. And tell us all about your greatest career accomplishment.
Well,
I know it's a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Night.
there's, we went back in the Heart of Maryland days when Mike remembers when we were Heart of Maryland, we were at Region 1, and we had a pretty good deal going, and I know Tom McConnell come involved, and he decided to have a pull at the Buck, and I went to the Buck, and he come to me and he said, "Hey, there's some guy with a Ford tractor's got a problem. Can you help him?" And I said, "Yeah." And I went down and helped him with his clutch. I think it was clutch stuff. And anyhow, turn around and it was on TV and everything. And then I won the daggone pool that night.
Nice.
I guess my greatest, in my accomplishment, I want to say is in the Lucas Oil PPL days. They presented me with a Lifetime Achievement Award at their banquet. And Forrest Lucas was there, Steve Boyd was there, all the guys that I knew. That was pretty, for me in Poland, that's probably one of the best things that ever happened.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot, made a lot of friends, like Bill said, made a lot of friends. I mean, we all helped each other, and I don't know. It just, I wouldn't, if I had to do it over again, I don't think I would change anything other than work a little harder.
Work more, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You're probably like me, Dave. I told somebody one time, back when I was pulling, if I needed a place to stay in Pennsylvania or Maryland, I could stay with anybody. I knew that many people through Poland on both ends of the state in Maryland and even in New York. So I had met a lot of friends.
Yep.
So you didn't. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I was going to tell Bill. So you didn't drive around in a Winnebago with a trailer with your tractor on it?
Nope. No. I had a Chevy pickup with a homemade flatbed trailer. And if I was by myself, I usually slept in the truck.
Yeah, occasional pull off at a rest area. Yeah.
Many times coming home to Buck, I was going to make it halfway home and have to pull in the closed gas station and go to sleep on the seat of the truck. And we went from gooseneck trailer to anyhow, back in the day when I built the bus, you remember my bus, JR?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Eddie Smith called me and said that there's a military church in Frederick that's got this bus for sale. Wonder if I was interested. Man, I jumped on it.
Yeah.
DT 466 engine with Allison automatic. Great engine. But it wouldn't pass anything on the road unless they were parked.
Yeah, you're right.
But I went all over. I mean, JR, you went out to Fort Wayne with me in that.
Yeah.
I went to Louisville several times in it. North Carolina down to Stan Shelton's pool many times. I mean, it was a good old bus. It was very reliable. And then I decided to build this semi, and I remember the first time I took it, the camper wasn't even done on the inside. There was just a couple lawn chairs sitting in the inside of it. And I was coming home from Keystone Nationals, and there wasn't no traffic. I don't know why there wasn't any traffic back then like the other day. But anyhow, I just kept messing with it. Next thing I looked down the speedometer, I was going 100 mile an hour. And I ain't never hauled tractors 100 mile an hour before. If I got 60 mile an hour downhill on that old bus, I was doing something.
Yeah. Oh, I could tell you a story of a trip to New York.
Oh.
I had the RV out in front of everybody, and I think Stu and Donna was behind me, then Wayne Tapscott, and then you guys.
Yep.
We'd climb a mountain. We'd going up the Strawberry Fields.
Yep.
And we'd all climb a mountain. Where's Dave? We'd pull over and wait. 5 minutes later, here come Dave in the bus flying, coming down off the mountain. We'd run and catch up to him and pass him on the next mountain. Pull over and wait on him again.
Eddie got this idea to put a 2-speed box in behind my automatic transmission, and he did it. He put a 2-speed box in, so I had the Allison automatic, a DT 466, and I had this 2-speed box that I could gear it up on, and you just let off the throttle and change it like you did a 2-speed in a regular truck.
Yeah,
but. But hey, it didn't use any oil, it didn't cost me anything. It just run, but it just wouldn't run fast.
By the way, Mike Ziegler, Jim Weiker's in chat.
I seen that.
Okay.
I don't understand what the twisted and chain means.
That was for me.
Oh, that was for you. Okay. Yeah. Now I understand.
Would you like to hear that story?
Yeah. Tell us real quick.
I was out in Western Pennsylvania, Ohio, pulling. Fike had about 5 or 6 pulls in a row. And there was every pool we went to, there was at least 15 in a class 20. And I don't even think I got a check up to the last pool. Well, last pool, we had a 2-day hook in Meadville. So anyhow, the last day in Meadville, the guy hooking the sled comes over to me, said, I don't think you made much money this week yet, have you? No. Well, you better put an extra 100 up. I said, I was going to take 100 off for Meadville. I'd put 100 up if I were you. I backed into the sled. I mean, that tractor hooked. The front end was up in the air. I went out to the end of the track. I don't know, I ended up like second or third out of that class. And the guy finished fine. I said, wow, where'd that hook come from? And I found out later what happened. I got gas money to get home.
Oh, that's awesome.
You better put an extra 100 up front. Yeah, we made a little bit of a mistake up here at Delta one night, way back in the early days of pulling up here in Delta. We like to bring a couple exhibition vehicles in every now and then. Well, Landis was one of them. Landis was one of them. Okay, so Kevin and Donnie and Polly brought the truck here. Bill Grove drove it up here at Delta. I remember Kevin asked me, "What's the track like?" I said, "Frederick, maybe just a touch better." Okay. Well, it was pretty good that night. It was really good that night. It hooked really well. And Bill Grove found out the hard way. He made his run. He standing the truck up, 2-wheel drive, and he got his run done. He actually shut down to stay in bounds and then picked her right back up again and went on out the end. And he shut the truck off. What did you say to Landis? A little light on the front end, sunshine or something. You talk about a run that wowed that crowd, because this crowd up here ain't never seen nothing like that until that night. It was incredible. And Stu McNamara made a run there. Stu, the tractor would run good. He always had a problem with bouncing or something, He made the run of his career at Delta doing an exhibition run. I mean, up the hill, he was a beautiful run. Didn't bounce. Tractor sat in, picked the front end up, and just lit and went, man. And I'm telling you, by the time they got that tractor drug back over to his hauler, there must have been 100 kids over there waiting for an autograph. It was the highlight of, I guarantee, of Stewart's career. Just amazing pass that tractor made. But anyway, Dave, we got to get to you here. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, definitely the accomplishment, the award you got was pretty cool. I did an article on that for the it's for Brian Lively, but I can't remember what magazine it was. If it was the Hook back then, or if we had started the PPL magazine by then.
Right, I don't remember either on that.
But I did do an article on that. That was pretty cool. We'll just get into some pictures here real quick, and then whatever you want to say about them, just let us know.
All right.
Now this is taken from video, very, very old video, 8mm video. That's why it looks a little fuzzy.
Yep, that would have been the 2 cow sheet metal.
2 cow sheet metal. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
More pulling team.
Yep.
A little skinny there, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I graduated from high school with a 29 waist and a 29 length on my jeans.
Didn't we all? Didn't we all?
And I had long hair back then too.
Must be all stuffed up under the helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I remember the day many years back at the Buck. I knew a 4-wheel drive truck puller that had some pretty long black hair too.
You know what my nickname was when I started at New Holland in 1965?
Ron Jeremy. I don't know.
No. Ringo. They called me Ringo.
Ringo.
Yep. Long hair, like the Beatles haircut.
Yeah.
And my nickname was Ringo.
And he could leap barriers in a single bound.
Yeah.
Got him on old Buck videos. Mike just taking a big old jump over a barrier, like it was nothing.
Way
I'd like
back
to see
when.
that today.
Yeah.
But anyway,
What did you call your tractor back then, Dave?
We just called it the Moore Pulling Team. It
I
was,
gotcha.
that's,
Yeah.
I didn't really have a specific name for the tractor.
Yeah.
But that sheet metal was all aluminum.
Did you run 5, 7, and 9, Dave?
Yes. The 5, you let off the clutch and it would stand straight up in them on the skid bars.
yeah.
To get a 40-10 in the 5 it was tough back then. But
I can honestly say I remember you pulling at the buck.
yep.
I do remember. I remember all of you pulling at the buck, except for you, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an earlier picture of an original tractor when it started, JR, or not?
If I do, it's on a hard drive here
Oh,
somewhere.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Now,
one.
is this a 4010 or 4020?
40-10.
4010. Okay.
Yep.
This is the tractor that went through the fire.
Probably not much of that
Okay.
left on this
I
tractor.
gotcha.
The years before it went through the fire, yeah.
Yeah.
And I learned the hard way that it was time to do something better. I mean, the only thing we salvaged, well, the rear end. Yeah, the rear end would have been in the fire, and the clutch housing and that kind of stuff. But the motor, we even used that. And back when we started it, the first time, it made the loudest squeal noise you ever heard. Well, it was a bearing, grabbed the bearing, and I guess rust was in the oil galleries or something, and hit the bearing and locked it up. So it'd tear apart and go. But I had trouble with dirt and that thing, and I finally found a used block and put in it then. But the rear was actually the one in the fire. Yes.
Gotcha.
Wow. How many years
Now,
did you pull this tractor, Dave? You remember?
Started in 74, 75 with this tractor with the old sheet metal on it.
Right.
And then we put the new sheet metal on it. And I can't remember how long we had it. And Dad basically just said, "This is too rich for my blood. I think we need to sell the tractor." So, but it was after this. We run it a couple of years after this, and then we sold it. Anyhow, it was funny. The guy was coming in somewhere out in Ohio, somewhere to buy it, and Dad said, "I want you to take the guy to the bank, because we knew the bank president personally, and make sure everything's good." Well, the bank president punched all the numbers in, and the guy didn't have shit in his checkbook. That check wasn't even going to cover it. It was not going to work.
Wow.
So anyhow, he had another account, and there was money. They moved it right then. They moved it from one account to the account that he had to check on, and then we were good. But yeah, it wasn't going to be a good deal.
Now, that was a good idea to do that. Yeah.
Well, never thought about it, but back in the day, everybody knew the bank president. You know, the banks were small, and you knew everybody, and he was a good guy. Yeah, yeah. And so it left, and then it was only a year or two later that I started piecing another one together, and actually had it in the back of my shop that I got here now. That had it covered over so the boss wouldn't know I was doing this, and then I think finally she caught on to it. But anyhow, everything was okay. But
it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
Definitely.
Dave, you keep looking off to the side, Dave. Is there a cannon pointed at you? Or?
No. I'm just, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. Different stuff on this computer. I don't want it to cut off on me.
Don't cry, Grove. It'll be okay.
Did you still run the stock John Deere transmission in that back end, Dave?
Yes.
I mean, you didn't run special gears or nothing.
The only thing we did on John Deere 4010 or 4020, they had a PTO gear that run the PTO in a stock tractor, and that gear, if you cut the center out of it and welded it on another gear in the transmission, it was the same as, it was like a 7.5 gear, because between 7th gear and high gear, it was a big jump. So we took them parts and had them machined out and welded this on a hub, and we had a 7.5 gear. But other than that, it was stock. Yeah, no needle bearings, none of that stuff that we run today. It was all stock. Other than that 7.5 gear, we custom made.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my original tractor, when it was pulled out, we actually built it in the Thomas shop. And when we pulled it outside, the shifter levers was 2 all thread rods, and Donnie screwed corn cobs on the bent over. They were handles. There was corn cob handles. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
so yeah, it was interesting. It was a learning experience. And then, back in them days, to try the clutch out and see if the tractor would light, they would pull their tractors out, pull the front end up against a big old tree, put it in high gear, and start building boost. And then as soon as they built boost, they let off of it. But that tree, the leaves be shaking, all of a sudden black smoke up through the leaves, and yeah, that's how you checked them to see if they were going to light, and the clutch was all right. At least that's
the
how
pump
they
didn't
did
hang
it.
open.
Yeah, that's how they did it. Yeah, we didn't have that problem back then because everything was pretty much stock. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So was your eighth gear was technically your 7.5 then?
That was actually, we took 5th gear out and put the 7.5 where 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, because like in the 5, and sometimes in the 7, I could run road gear, but and then sometimes in the 7, I had to go to 7.5, and then when I pulled the 9, I had to run 7.5. So, but we put that 7.5 gear where 5th gear was.
That was the old John Deere synchro shift pattern.
Yes.
Yep.
And we took the stock the synchronizers out. So basically, you had park all the way up. Mm-hmm. Back 1 notch was reversed. Another notch was 5th, would have been 7.5. The next notch would have been 7th, and the clean down was 8th. Mm-hmm. That's what we had hooked up to make it work.
I gotcha.
Oh wow.
That tractor really changed its looks.
Yeah, this is the whole new tractor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's got the 5 cal sheet metal on it.
The what?
Yeah, the 5 cal.
I said it got the 5 cal sheet metal.
Yeah. I was on my own on this tractor, and that's the tractor that I was piecing together in the shop that the boss didn't know about. But
what was it? A 4430, 4455.
It was actually 30 series sheet metal, but I just put 55 decals on it.
Yep.
So
there it is.
It's Davey driving. And what's unique about that tractor is both kids cut their teeth with that tractor.
Yep.
I remember the night Tara drove it for the first time down in Virginia.
Down at what is it? Jason Neese's pool.
Yeah, Rockfish. Yep.
Yeah. That was later. That was after the pit deal at the Buck. Mike, I had the new Midwest wheels on it.
Oh, yeah. That's
you're saying
we forgot about. Yeah.
What are you saying? You had to buy new wheels for it?
No, we straightened the ones at the Buck that time, but this is. I think I don't even know. These are probably pulling tires that's on it now, and they were ag tires back then at the Buck.
So are you saying somebody ran into your tractor at the Buck?
Just a little bit.
Hi, Mike.
It moved the tractor. It drug the tractor back about 10 feet.
Goodness gracious!
They're trying to steal it.
Yeah.
We got to hear about this.
The corner of the hauler rubbed the tire, and it caught the bead of the wheel. And I mean, it was hooked. And he drug it, and then finally it popped off, and the wheel bent around enough that it popped off. But
who was that, Dave? Do you remember whose hauler that was?
It was new to the driver, I could tell you, because he didn't realize it swung around.
Was the dog driving?
It was a dog driver. Man.
I didn't even know who it was because it was a new hauler. I didn't even know it was Mike then. I did not know. But he got out of the hauler and come back and had his hands on the sips, and he was looking at my tire, and I mean he felt terrible. He helped me straighten it out, and I don't remember what all we did, Mike, but I know we were beating on it there, and you was helping me. And
but Willie Umps had one of them tire hammers.
Yeah, I forgot about
that. And you take right in the bead, and we could straighten the bead right out.
Yep, I remember that now. I forgot about that. But Willie was there and helped with it. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
we got it. So, but
I was expecting it to be a little bit of a funnier story.
Oh, it wasn't funny. Nothing funny.
No, I know. No, I know. It's just one of them dumb things that happens. You know?
Mm-hmm.
How many years later they're on the same show talking about it, right?
Right.
A lot of years.
I don't remember. Yeah, it's been a long time. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was the old wheels, and it was probably, I think I just built this tractor. It was just only a couple years old when this happened. So I don't know. I can't even remember the year I built this thing.
I know it was at a buck pull off.
Yep.
And because the pits were full and you had to weasel your way around. You're right.
Oh yeah, it was full. Yeah.
There's a lot of times there the buck was packed. I mean, they were parking wherever they could park them.
Yep.
Used to draw a lot of pullers, especially the buck pull off. Yeah.
Oh, you'd get guys come down from, the buck pull off was always the weekend of Maple Grove and NHRA Nationals.
Yeah. Yep.
So guys would come down from New York and stuff, and they'd park at the buck and go over to the Maple Grove on Sunday then to watch the finals. And
and then they come back to the buck and come to Frederick on Monday night.
Yep.
I see. Yep. So when did you start running double cuts, Dave?
Well, JR, you remember the year we went to Fort Wayne and I put them new, were they 2000 Puller? I can't remember. They were a new tire.
It had to be Puller 2000s, I would think.
I got in a pull off with Tom Dickerson.
Yeah.
And
that was the year before I went.
Okay. I mean, them things hooked like a bandit. It was unbelievable. So that was back a while, but I can't remember the date exactly.
So this tractor here, the Agitator, would have been the first one with double cuts, or did you?
Yes, they would have been.
Yep. Okay.
This is actually the pro stock version of the Agitator.
Yep.
Yeah.
Previously, it was a super stock.
Oh, this is a pro stock of it?
Yeah, this is the pro stock version. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And note the single stack.
Yeah.
And the newer paint job.
I cut my ag tires, Dwayne, myself, and they wound up triple cuts.
Oh.
And it's just, people laugh, but back in the day, the Thomas boys and that, we all sharpened our tires with a chainsaw. And I roughed them out with a chainsaw and then touched them up with the grinder. And I went to, I was in Louisville that year, and guys were talking about I was the only tractor that had triple cuts on, and I didn't even know. I didn't even pay attention to them. I didn't even realize that they were really triple cuts. I just put grooves in them.
Made it work.
Yep.
Temple Brizendine did that, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Front tires on the old Footloose truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Triple cut style. Worked too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember the tires when you went to pro stock, you sold those tires. You said, "Man, I hate to get rid of these tires."
Oh yeah.
If I ever go back to super stock, I'll never have them tires again.
I think you know what? Dave Becker bought them tires.
Dave Becker bought them for the Chalmers.
Yep. Sure. And I really didn't want to sell them then. I just didn't want to sell them, but I mean, I didn't have the money to keep them and buy 24s. But yeah, actually, when the day Dave came or was coming to pick him up, I had a guy out west call and say, "I hear your tires are for sale," and he offered me almost double
Oh wow.
of what Dave Becker offered me.
Wow.
And but when a word's a word.
A deal's a deal. Yep.
Sure.
Right.
Yep. So 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's Davy's tractor. That was all brand new sheet metal, and yeah, that was. He started out as a mod turbo, and pulling both of us pulling the same night in different locations. And that was just a pain. So we switched it up, and he run. We can't remember our cubic inches. It wasn't big like we are today, but he come running into Super Pro class, and it was actually pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Cool.
We built that tractor from scratch.
Yeah. That was a good running tractor.
That's still an agricultural rear, right, Dave?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. We didn't go to component till we went to these our big pro stocks now.
Yeah. Which this is one of them. This is Davy's.
Oh yeah. Oh, geez, I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, that's when we went to the component deal. Yep.
Remember this hook last year?
Where's that at?
Lebanon.
Oh.
That's your big run up at Lebanon.
Oh, that's me driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice run.
Beautiful run.
Unbelievable. I couldn't do that again if I tried.
Yep.
It picked the front end up, never dropped it, did it?
No.
Right.
I think it carried the whole way.
Yeah. And
I was impressed.
It wasn't carrying high. It was just about 8 inches, 10 inches off the ground. It just stayed there.
Thing laid in and just had a nice run.
Yep. Track was good. Sled was good. It all worked. Everything was working that night.
Too bad you don't have the flagman on there yet.
Yeah, he wasn't far away. You see the video there. You see the video of Kelly. She was videoing my grandson Dylan. I mean, he was jumping up and down like you ain't never seen. Because I mean, I haven't drove for quite a while, and who knew I was even going to get it off the line? Well, I knew I was going to get it off the line, but anyhow, once you get the feel of building boost and coming off the line, you never forget it. I mean, I don't care what, you just don't forget it.
Yep.
But pro stocks today's pro stocks are a lot harder to get going because be careful you don't overdo it. But
hey, JR, can you zoom in on the frame rail there?
Sure.
I see I think I see an arrow. Oh, he does have an arrow on there facing forward, a little bit like the pink arrow on that four-wheel drive truck we're looking at.
Yes.
Well, that's our sponsor, New Direction, a guy here in Hagerstown, and he's big into putting underground lines in.
Okay.
Down in the city and everything, and he came on board with us, and
that's cool.
Yeah, that's our sponsor, New Direction.
There's a truck I've seen here locally with it's New Direction, one of New Direction's service trucks.
Yep.
Right down the street here at the big intersection, Route 1 and 136. I've seen it several times now.
Yep.
I guess the person lives around here or something. I don't know.
Yep. He's got a lot of people working for him. Yeah. Good family business. It's operated. It's they call it a woman operated business or women, whatever they call that. His wife really owns the business.
That was a good run because it got a nice still shot of the front wheels. They weren't turning anymore.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
Exactly.
Either the wheel bearing's out and it's locked up, or
no, it could pretty much carried the front end the whole.
Carried the whole way. The wheels stopped turning.
Yep.
I had to include this one.
Oh my God.
I just had to include this one. This is like the shot of the century.
Poor Tara.
Yeah.
That was Frederick Glad Hills.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got a little bit sideways.
She was
Well,
flying, man.
we got. I mean, it was raining, and we didn't overdo the track because
Oh, I
it was
gotcha.
raining. See it raining down the road. That's how close the rain was. But so we put enough water on to make a decent track, but she was out there farther than a lot of people got the class, lengthwise, and I was off a little bit on the weight, but yeah.
Just a little light in the nose, sunshine.
Yeah.
That's a famous Bill Grove quote. Yeah,
That nowadays you could look at that and say almost think that it's like some kind of fake AI picture.
Right.
I promise you that is 100% real from my video.
Yeah.
That is not AI. Yep,
Yep.
that's the real deal.
It's a real deal. Somebody's eating dirt.
Yeah.
Wasn't too long after that particular shot there, and she was out of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's starting to get a little ugly.
Yeah, it looks like the smoke's cleaning up already.
Yeah. She's already. Yeah. She's in the process of backing out of her easy. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that is a unique picture.
Yep. Okay, that was the last of those. Anyway,
Real quick,
Iron
real quick,
42
JR,
minutes. Ooh.
on the Boonesboro deal. I mean,
Yes.
we're gonna push to have this pool. Bill, you and Mike coming down to help with tech,
Yep.
super tech.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for that. And I mean, Larry's coming in and bringing a crew with him. And the plans are to start around 11. But I mean, we're going to sneak my 2 tractors and throw Nels's trucks through
Yeah.
before we get started. Everybody's, because we're going to be busy working on the track.
Yep.
And like I said, there's 3 barns there. The only thing I can't have spray paint on the floor because it's all new concrete and everything. I don't want to hear about that. But we don't do that anyhow.
No.
So, and Bill, I'm assuming you're counting on whatever you put in the trailer as far as plumb bobs and stuff.
Everything's in that kit it takes to measure one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everything in that kit.
Levels and plumb bobs and arrows.
Prisms. It's got the
Star.
prisms. Yeah.
Yep.
That's all there. I put it. Well, it's just been what, a year ago, Grove. You stopped by here and dropped it off, but I think I put it in the cabinet. If it wasn't at the cabinet, it was on the floor at the cabinet.
It's like a black plastic case, right?
It's a Craftsman toolbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all in there. It's all together.
Yep. Well,
Howard Sears made that.
Yep.
Made that.
Yep. So I mean, we're gonna do everything we can to have this pool. I mean, I said to Mears, he called me a day or so ago, and I said, "You want me to cancel if I think it's going so you guys don't travel?" And he said, "No. If Larry and them gets to your place, and then you cancel and they drive home, so be it. The deal is you to have a pool, and so we're gonna do everything we can to have it."
Okay.
We're actually going tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, put the stakes in for the ribbons and take the Washington County trailer over and set it. And then I guess, Tara, you'll probably take the other trailer over Friday. But, yeah, we got we'll work on a lot of the track Friday night and everything. So it's just a lot of work. I mean, everybody that complains about something that's not right shouldn't put on a pool yourself.
Yeah. Right. Make them shoulder the responsibility for a couple of days. We'll see if they change their attitude.
Oh, ain't nothing to it. Just need a sled and a purse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'd bring the RV Friday night, but Mike and Bill's been at RV before. They worry me a little bit, so they stay in my RV.
Remember we went down
I got stories.
Remember we went down to Jessup, Georgia that time?
Oh my goodness, that was the other.
Woke
RV,
up the next morning, and the ground was white with frost, and they didn't even know what frost was, let alone You know, we were going down to warm weather, and here we woke up and the ground was snow white with frost.
I stood out there Friday night because I was dressed for South Georgia, Florida. You know, it's warm.
Yeah.
And it was cold. It's all I could do not to shake and try to hold that or move the camera and stuff. I was froze.
Well, they
Next
put
morning,
trash
we got up
barrels, somehow 2 trash barrels, one on top of another one, and made a fire in it for people to into starting line or staging area
So
to keep
cold.
warm. I
I
mean,
couldn't
that's how
believe it.
cold it was. Old Franklin Birch, I'll never forget. He's not living anymore, but he was a farmer that had a lot to do with that deal. And I pulled out on the track, and he had a big wad at the back end, and he walked up to me and said, "You got enough weight on the front?" Of course, we're down in Georgia. That track can't be that good.
Right.
Well, let me tell you, it was badass. I guarantee you, I was 370 feet and didn't make it to the 300-foot line, back and forth and up. I mean, it was an outstanding track.
Well, they have Georgia clay down there.
Yes, they do, and it was orange, like fluorescent orange. That's how the color was. But I'll guarantee you, when the next time I went there, I was ready, or the next night I was ready for it.
Yeah. We were all ready the next night. We were dressed warm, and next morning we got up and went to the local Tractor Supply, and if it was warm, I bought it to put on.
You had a beanie and Carhartt overalls and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I had insulated underwear and another layer of clothes to go over top of that. And,
Oh man.
Well,
Dude,
this pool at Boone's Bar in May, Memorial Weekend, is probably the largest single day pool on the East Coast. I know it is. I've been to all the pools, and I mean, there's no bigger pool than our Memorial Day pool in Boone's Bar, crowd wise and vehicle wise. And I mean, you're talking packing 4,000 people. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It slacks off a little bit in our second pool, but our first pool is it's unbelievable.
That's where it's at. First pool of the year.
Yep. And so we're, I don't know, we're ready, and we'll make it work.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. Hopefully it holds out for us. If
So
not,
when
we'll get to see everybody.
when we super tech these vehicles, will they be teched for the show then that night, Bill?
Yep.
I mean, they're going to be done. You don't have to go around and tech them again.
Correct.
And not everybody's going to make it there.
Yeah. It's a shame. You're right.
Dave Greig called me and he apologized. He said he's got a funeral to go to, and he's not going to be there until late afternoon. And I said, well, when you get there, we'll run you through the line if they're still doing it.
Yeah.
And people don't realize every time I've been super tech, they found things that benefited me as a puller.
Yeah.
Drawbar was too or longer than it needed to be, or something like that, or I could move the weights out 10 inches, or every time I was super tech, and probably on my old tractor, I don't know about the new ones, but the old tractor, agitated tractor, probably super teched about 5 times that I had it, and there was always something. When I measure, when I build it, I don't want to take any chances. I'll make it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Gary Mills told me one time at the Buck when they did me, he said, your drawbar's 3 inches longer than it needs to be. He said, that's another 10 feet down the track. I don't know that I actually saw that right off the bat, but word for it.
Next weekend you came out with a winning attitude.
Yeah.
Shorter drawbar.
You can have the best, I don't care whether it's a pro stock tractor or 4-wheel drive, you can have the best in the world, but you got to do your homework. Weights, tire pressure, gearing. If you don't get none of that to work together, just like the pool at Lebanon. Yeah, that was probably the most beautiful pool I ever made in my life. Okay. But I had it together.
Yep.
And what kills us, Davey gives me heck, but one tractor will be first and it'll go in the lead. And whatever reason, we try to make the second tractor better. And then we wind up screwing up. Why make it better? Set it up the same. Okay. Now, if the first tractor does terrible, then you adjust. But we always kick ourselves in the backside.
Yep.
So, Dave, do you, when I was pulling, I kept a record book the very place I went.
Yep.
Wrote down what the weather was that day, what the track was that day, where my weights were, where my tire pressure was,
Yep.
where I finished, what sled was there. And like you said, I had a record book every, and I pulled into a place. A lot of times when I got there, I knew I was going to run the tractor before I even looked at the track, based on what was in my record book.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sometimes you had to change it.
Well, back in the day, we used to move a bunch of weight from pole to pole. And
Yep.
with our new tractors now, we very seldom move, except maybe Frederick, it's a loose tractor like that, but very seldom do we move much weight at all.
Well, you know why, don't you?
If anything is up a gear, down a gear, or a little more air pressure, a little less.
It's the sleds.
Yep.
I mean, you're not pulling anymore. It's all friction.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, that's what it is. It's friction.
But I learned so much over the years, guys. Banner Brothers come into Hagerstown, and they set on display what they had, the Big Ben clothes sponsor one time, and they set it at the local store in Hagerstown at the square. They set their tractor there in front of the store that sold Big Ben clothes, and they pulled it to Hagerstown Speedway and Frederick Fair and all these guys, Gettingers, not Jordan, Rich Lustig. I mean, it was just, I was at the buck tonight that Mike Wright's tractor, the flywheel flew apart and sawed it in half.
Yep.
I'm sitting down at the starting line with a 5,000-pound 4010 weighing 9,500 pounds, weights everywhere. And this tractor falls in half, and I'm thinking, holy crap, if anything should go in half, it should be mine, And then there was another guy, CC, I forget his name, but they called him CC out in Ohio. His blowed apart the same night. And that's when NTPA said no more tractor pulling until steel flywheels are put in. And they stopped pulling. Everybody had to put a steel flywheel in.
Machine shops got busy real fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
That Glory Seeker deal, that was, a kid at my age when that happened. That was right in front of me.
The front end just went away from it and laid over.
Crazy.
The seat come forward like this and throwed him off on the ground. Thank goodness he wasn't hurt. But I remember
motor laying running wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, the motor's laying on the side running wide open.
And Dale Cole, he was there one time on an international, and he got thrown out before they had fenders on the tire, and he's hanging onto the steering wheel, and the cleats of the tires trying to drag him and pull him down in front of it. That's back before we had fenders. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, that went on that we were safe, but, very, very lucky.
Yeah.
Safety has come a long way.
The old Heartbreaker sled, I really think it's in Berryville right now, sitting back in the weeds, but it had 2 concrete blocks on it. It didn't have box weights. It had 2 concrete blocks. And I got pictures in my phone at Frederick when we pulled uphill where a modified was pulling. I don't know where it broke or what, but the box must have run forward and the one concrete block fell off on the ground. It's just crazy.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
There was just a video that came through. I think it was last week or so. They had a sled in Europe that had concrete blocks on it, and there was a big John Deere pulling it. And when the sled box topped out, the whole back of the sled came up, and the whole frame fell over on top of the cab of the tractor.
Wow!
Like it literally stood the sled on its nose.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And
Del
I remember,
Fogel, good to see you, buddy. Del Fogel's in the chat.
Used to ride on the sled back when I run the sled at Washington County years ago, and we'd stand on the pan, put it in gear, and motion to go, and you stand on the pan as the box went up, and there were several guys had their hands in the wrong place and got their fingers mashed off running sleds like that. And then they put a seat on it, and then they put a piece of plexiglass in front of the seat so that the wheels didn't spin stones back on them. And then they went cabs.
Did you have to throw the weight box out of gear when it topped out then?
We throwed it out, and you throwed it out, but you couldn't let it go free because the box would go back too fast. You had to kind of let it go back slow.
Yeah.
Because it was back then the sleds were on a steep incline. The the pan or the box.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you had to throw it out of gear so the box before the box topped out, or it would have broke the chains. Or
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I just remember that was a long time ago. You know.
Well, the old buck sled, they had a thing on there to trip the clutch.
Okay.
You take a mod that really run fast, they
Yep.
ended up busting the chain.
Yep.
When Kurt Stoltz was running the twin blown, you could just figure he was going to break the chains on it. Box would top out that fast, the clutch wouldn't release, and
Yeah.
bang.
You know, Mike was talking about pullers coming in, but I used to go to the Buck, and we'd be there, and there'd be Dale Smoker and Brubaker and Harry Grace. And he looked around and said, man, I got a chance to win tonight. And about that time, over the hill come them two Deutsches, Golfer brothers. And you just number one and number two goodbye, because they were tough boogers in their day.
They were.
You bet.
Yep, they were tough old boys in their day. And even Tom Urmson back in the day, I mean, he called his, I don't know, 460, 560 back in. It was called eyesore back then. And I mean, he pulled there all the time. And, there's just, you know, I talk about this around my kids. I don't know if they believe half what I tell them, but it's facts. I've been there and done it.
Yep. Yeah.
And back, you know, when we go to the Buck, to me, we living on the farm, we didn't go anywhere. We just worked all the time. And going to the Buck was like driving across the country, halfway across the world.
A real vacation.
But I love pulling at Kinser. Kinser's a nice place too.
Yeah.
That was just a nice place. I actually was in Lancaster a year ago, and we rode over to the fairgrounds there and looked at it. So
they used to have Grand National and DPA Grand Nationals at Off and Tumble.
Yep.
How'd they finagle that?
Oh, it wasn't that big at that time, you know.
See, we run Grand Nationals everywhere. I mean, you know, Hagerstown, Frederick Fair, you know, Delaware, they were all basically Grand Nationals.
Yeah.
The Buck, I mean, you know, they were all Grand Nationals. And I mean, I tell you what, I learned a lot from Banner Brothers. I mean, I watched them, and a lot of times they did the opposite of what other guys were doing, and they come out a winner. So, but you know, talk about the weather. It's going to be cool this weekend. But Tara sold, I think she said $2,300 worth of shirts and hoodies. She has no hoodies left down in Greensboro. Yeah.
It got cold down there.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it got cold down there. You guys talk real quick. I'm going to be right back. I got to go take care of something in other part of this show. I'll be right back. You're going to see me disappear, but I'll be back.
All right.
So did she get more sweatshirts, hooded sweatshirts ordered for?
They're not going to be here in time.
So, I gotcha.
You know, but I don't know where I know she's still got a fair amount of shirts, but as far as sweatshirts, I don't think.
Yep.
She does, but
Mike Huff always said the perfect night was it was nice and warm during the day, and then about as soon as the sun went down, it get cool.
Yep.
Then you see them standing at the sweatshirt stand.
Yep.
Because they show up thinking it's going to be 80 degrees all night.
Yep, it was interesting. We used to go out to Bedford and pull. We used to go out to, you just said the other one,
Marsdale.
Yeah.
We went out there one time. Robert Martin, he had his pickup in a gooseneck trailer when he first bought his 42, 55, whatever it was, from Lewis McDonald. But anyhow, his stack blowed off going down the track. Well, they DQ'd him. Well, I didn't know that was a DQ, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, we hauled him outside, and it was raining on the way out. Well, anyhow, I got ready, got mine fired up, and I'm flipping all my toggle switches on to get my tractor started, and smoke starts rolling out of the dash, and one of the switches was burning up. Here I am with my fire shoe, and I reached down and I felt the wires. It was hot. I yanked them off the toggle switch and tied them together by hand and got my tractor running and made a trip down the track. But it's, it was I don't know. It just seemed like it was more fun back in the day when you didn't have to spend money.
Yeah, it was. Of course, we were all younger at that time too.
Oh yeah, that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Well, a few years back, me and Mike were sitting down at your pool down at Boonesboro and watching the haulers come in. Remember that day, Mike? We were watching the haulers come in. You know, these fancy haulers come in and stuff. And I told Mike, I said, remember back when we first started pulling, it said it paid $400 to win.
Yep.
And we hauled them on a flatbed trailer behind a pickup truck.
Yeah.
I said, now it pays $700 to win. And look what they got. Mike says, you have that extra money, you can afford them haulers.
Right.
And we used to haul them on trucks, grain trucks, and we always had to have a loading dock.
Yeah, every place you went.
Yeah.
Now I don't think there's any loading docks anywhere anymore. I mean, but
That used to be in the sanctioning contract. You had to have a loading dock.
Dock, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Union County West End has a loading dock on the fairgrounds.
okay. Well, I remember back in the heart, like I said, the Heart of Maryland days. I was just young and just got involved. And Gary Mills was there, Earl Howard, you know, and we had meetings, and then we got, you know, Rick Fike wanted involved a little bit. He wanted some of our classes, and I remember him getting I think it was Napa was a sponsor one time. Is that right, JR? You remember that? Was it Napa? We co-sanctioned with him because he didn't have our kind of classes. He had semis, the big rigs, and but we had the smoker tractors.
Might have been Napa
and stuff, but yeah.
That's one thing Mike and I were talking about sometime. Rick used to do with us at a pool. He'd give us extra money to show up 6, 7, 8 hours early, and we go like my tractor. I go sit at a Chevy dealer.
Yep.
Unloaded a Chevy dealer. You went to Chevy dealer too.
Yep.
He made arrangements. They give you a car to drive for the day. Go do what you want while your tractor's there, and made a lot of interest.
Well, I know several pools. He asked me if I would take my tractor out along the entranceway of the fair and set it on there. I mean, same way with me. And I mean, you know, I think that was at Bedford, if I remember right. But yeah, it was. We did a lot of stuff back in the day.
Promoting the sport.
Mm-hmm.
What really helped is they used to try to, like, if you're going to go to Western Pennsylvania, they try to arrange 3 or 4 pools while you're out there. So you just don't run out for one pool.
Yep.
I mean, I take 3 or 4 days vacation and pool every day.
Yep.
Piggyback.
Really helped out.
Did you guys pool in Galax, Virginia?
I never did.
Yeah.
Okay. You
That
might.
was a nice track.
Yeah.
Nice
I
track.
always enjoyed that down there. That's
Yeah.
how I met.
It was a hike till you got down there.
Yeah. But I'll never forget John Mears' dad. I can't think of his first name. Russ Mears.
Russ.
He had a polka dotted hat on and this dog. And he'd walk out and check the track. And then he had this little redheaded kid running around there. And here was John Mears.
Yeah.
That's how I met him, you know. But yeah, it was wild back in the day. I mean, some of them old pullers. I mean, talking to Lewis McDonald in Louisville, not Lewis, Brian. I asked him how Lewis was doing because, you know, Lewis had the Green Phantom John Deere, the one that Robert Martin bought.
Yeah.
And then and Brian's into it big time, and now and you know, just man. So it's crazy.
Yeah. That video I released today, the Super Stock Tractors from '92, has the Green Phantom in it, which, you know, now is Alan Lynch's tractor.
Right.
And what was the other one that's in there? Oh, Easy Does It. Of course, that's, you know who that is. That's Weapon X now. So
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Well, see, Todd built a 4010. Then he built the newer tractor, the Easy Does It tractor. Joel Feinstock bought his old 4010. And then Joe run that for many years and then sold it to Randy Payne down in Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know that, and that's the alcohol tractor now. And it's just, it's funny how, and then Tom Savage's tractor went to, can't think of the guy's name, but it was called Mount St. Helens. Remember that?
Yeah.
Was the Alabama splitter, and then it went to and then of course then he built the 4240 or whatever, like Coleman had and Todd Went had. Yep.
Yeah. In fact, Joel has 2 hooks in that class. That video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in there. Yep. Yeah, Earl Palmer. There you go. Put that message up. Used to like the pools at Westminster Ike Center in the early 80s.
Yep.
With so many competitors. Yeah.
Well, everybody went there. Everybody, I mean, Jody
That
Ross,
was the first hook.
Rich Lester.
Yeah, it was very
everybody
early.
went there.
Yeah.
Tester stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
look at here. 4-wheel drive comes through. Dan Greenleaf. Good. That's right, Jim.
Yep,
Dan
that
Green.
was it.
That's him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I couldn't think of his name, but that's exactly who it is.
Yep.
But
yeah, Westminster. That was our first hook of the year for many years. Yeah.
I was working for Glad Hill Tractor Mart, and they were trying to get to the Indy Super Bowl with Tom Savage's tractor, and Morris was getting married, and there was a pull in Thompson, Connecticut, and I think Syracuse, New York. It was kind of like back to back there, and can you imagine your employer coming to you and saying, "Hey, if I pay you, will you take this tractor to Thompson?" Actually went to Thompson, Connecticut with the old Price tractor, Terry Price and Fred Barnes 4320 that Bobby Riggs bought down in Damascus, and he hauled his tractor and trailer out to Thompson, Connecticut. And you had all the tractors, the Banner Brothers, the Loudmouth Lime tractor, all them.
Donnie Harness.
Yeah. All them guys were there. And then but yeah, he actually paid me to go so this tractor would make the Indy Super Bowl.
Nice.
I had to roll by the butt,
Mm-hmm.
Not too many people get paid to go to the pool.
I remember the year that Dad and I sold that tractor, I was leading the points, and Joe Bell wasn't pulling much. He was into farming big time, and he had a tractor that he pulled the 5 and 7 with. And he called me and he said, "Hey, you want to take my tractor and tell them you bought it, and then you continue your points out."
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget. We finished the year out, and I went over at the end of the year with the checks, the money I had, and we split like $1,100.
Oh.
Each one of us had $1,100 cash when it was all over with. He said, "We're going to split it in half." I said, "Okay." Yeah. That's back when we made money at pulling, or could make a little money pulling.
Yeah.
We say Grove, Charlie Brown was the only one that ever made money pulling with his pulling tractor.
There was a time you could pay your expenses. I mean, you never get your initial investment back.
Right.
You could pull all year and pay your travel and expenses, but we were hooking 2 hooks every place you went.
Yes.
Back then we run to 5 and 7, and some guys run to 7 and 9. Some run 3 classes.
Yep. Well, I mean, our goal was to go to the first pool and come home with enough money to buy our gas to go to the next pool, and that's all we was figuring. We wasn't figuring on buying parts and stuff. Just our gas money basically back and forth.
So how does it work now with $6 fuel?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't want to get into this, but the man told us, get this thing turned around. It's going to get ugly, but it will get better.
Yeah. Yep.
Yesterday was 449. Today it's 419.
Mm-hmm.
It's
dropping.
Oh.
That's how quick it's dropping here.
Yeah.
But
we're
550 bracket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're in Pennsylvania. It doesn't drop as quick here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's a game the way they play on the gas because it changes.
They know you need it, Dave.
3 times a day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's gas. It's 415. I'm sorry, over here AT&T on the pike where our ag center is. It's 4:50. It was 4:19 this morning, and now it's 4:15. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on my way out west for a family visit when the prices started going up. I pulled into Sheetz in Ohio and I fueled up for like $3.19, and by the time I was pulling out, the sign and the pump said $3.49. It had well, actually, it might have been more than that. It might have been 69. I think it was almost around 50 cents had jumped, and I made it to the pumps like with 2 minutes to spare.
the problem I got with this is all the people complaining.
Yeah.
The traffic is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't see a decrease in traffic.
No.
It's still there.
Yeah.
So I don't really care if it goes to $5. I mean, I'd like to see it go high enough that the traffic will calm down a little bit. I don't want that, but
I don't think that's going to happen. I feel the same way here in Lancaster County. It's about time we take some cars off the road so we can get places in a decent time, but it's not going to get any better.
There is a ton of traffic up that way.
It's terrible.
Crazy.
And they can't drive the speed limit. They got to drive 60.
How to run you over? Yeah, man.
We got a couple one-lane bridges here, and it says yield. Both sides sees yield. So 3 or 4 cars in front of me are going across the bridge, and there's 2 or 3 on the other side. So I stop and wait till they come, take turns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yesterday this idiot decides to pass me as I'm sitting there. The guy had to back up. It's just crazy.
Being impatient.
Yeah. And when the long and the short of it is, I got there the same stoplight that she was at. 15 stoplights down the road. We were there. I was right behind her.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you gave it away. You
Yeah.
gave it away. You said she was at. So
Yeah.
I don't know why.
She also knows what number 1 is too, because
You gave her the
on the problem. Yeah.
Gave her the California howdy.
Yep. I didn't know it was a she. I had no idea, but I did that, and then after she went by, it was a she. But whatever.
Yep, that's the
Hey,
way
you got your point across.
Way it works around here.
That's why people say, "Why do you leave so early to go to a pool?" I say, "Traffic. I'm just going to get in a slow lane, and I'm going to flow with traffic."
Yeah.
And you don't know what you might run into on the way to a pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our AT&T company, we got a lot of stores around here, and AT&T is a big fuel company here in Hagerstown, and I know the owner personally. He's a good guy, and anyhow, one of his older guys this morning was coming up from the Baltimore with a load of red fuel, and I guess, I don't know, something happened to him or whatever, but the truck wound up in the ditch upside down. He was deceased, and they're thinking that something happened to him before, which I hope it did, so he didn't do it. But it's just,
Well, in Lancaster County, if you think you're going to pass somebody to get ahead, we're always going to catch you at the next light. You're not going to get away.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. There's too much traffic control, so might as well just get in line and take your time.
Yep. So I got a phone call from one of our mod guys that was up at your place, and I think he was trying to come in the gate where the spectators come in.
Yeah.
I told him you got to go back down, you can come in, and so he didn't call me back, so I figured and I get it, he'd never been there before, but but I get it.
Some of the guys will read the main post that has the address for the expo center on it, and oftentimes a couple days before the pool actually post a site map with instructions on how to get in there, and some of these guys don't get that message. So
right.
Some people don't have Facebook. Just keep that in mind.
Well, yeah, and they, and I think it was Ian Ecker. I think it was. He called me and said, "Dave, I'm at the gate or at the front entrance." And I said, "Yeah, you're at the wrong place. You got to go back down to the stoplight." And I told him how to get in. So he was.
Yeah, fine. that was something that was interesting for me to deal with, is to deal with a class of guys that have never been at the expo. So like getting them parked Um, some of the guys were there on Friday evening already with their mods, and so they were just parked sideways in the field. It's like, well, we're going to get everybody turned. Sorry to make you load your stuff up, move your rig, but we're going to have to turn everybody so we can stack them in here. And we actually, it worked great.
Well, Boone's Bar, it's like we pull them on an angle both ways. If they park this way, they're taking up so much room, and we try to get somebody there like Mackenzie's usually come the night before. So once you get the first cow through the gate, the rest of them will follow. Is what I always say. But
there's another cow reference there.
Yeah, I'm parking. There ain't nobody there. There ain't there ain't one's there. They just park. But yeah, it
worked great because Mackenzie's had that idea. Let's park a little bit on an angle so it's easier to pull out. So we went and got all our big rigs all at an angle, so it was easier just to leave and get out. Because I was a little bit concerned that the pits were going to be soggy from all the rain, but it worked great.
Right. Yeah, Earl Walker called me, and he wants to know if there's any chance I could make another hitch measuring tool, and he could keep with him when he comes there and helps, because I think they were sharing one hitch with two scales.
Oh,
and I said, yeah, I'll make you another one. So I'm going to make him one. He can just keep with him. And
we actually have 2 hitch measuring tools there.
Oh, okay.
That Shannon made. It probably just didn't get pulled out of storage. Yeah. Well, that's good because when you're doing tech like that, it's almost better to have your own set of tools sometimes, because you never know what you get into.
Well, I got a second one here. I started to build and never finished it, so it's just a matter of welding it together, and I'll have it for him. I don't know that I'm going to get it before Boone's Bar, but I'll get it to him.
Yeah, I appreciated that he was there. He's a huge help. It takes a little bit of stress off because you're trying to get scale guys to get their stuff straight. They're not always the same scale guys. And to have somebody there that has experience and knowledge is a big plus.
And I want my class rep guys to, they got to step up to the plate, and when they weigh a vehicle, just come on agreement. Like four-wheel drives down at Berryville. I don't know if you were there, Mike, or not, but they started taking 300 pounds out. Well, I don't know what now, 150 pounds. But 150 pounds is like 300 pounds on a tractor.
Oh, yeah.
We're not taking that much weight out.
Yeah.
The scales are a little bit different. They're going to be where they're setting at sometimes. Just let's go with the number. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's something that Earl already knows, so it's not something I have to try to tell guys.
He is great help. When he comes to a pool, because the first thing he'll do is come to me and say, "What can I do?" I always said, "Well, you want to take care of the scales," and go, "Yep," and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, right.
Well, I normally print out a cheat sheet for the scale guys that has the class, the weight, and the hitch height on it. I think I have like 11 or 12 classes on it. So,
but again, if you got a class that weighs 9,000 pounds and the guy pulls on the scales and he weighs 95 and he knows he's right, the scales could be off that much. So you got to kind of run.
Yeah.
I usually weigh another vehicle, and if he weighs the same as that, that's the number we're going to run.
Yeah.
I want to run a vehicle that runs with us all the time. That I know, you know what I mean. So we just
Shannon's normally we tech all the big stuff out back in the field, and then the rest of the trucks actually get teched as they come across the scale for our local classes. So Shannon's right at the scale, so there's always somebody there to answer questions and make sure it's all flown as they come through.
Well, guys, it's been good. I'm gonna have to get rolling here.
Yeah, it's getting late. We're at 10:30 here.
Yeah, I'm already past my time. I'm sorry.
No,
it's all good.
I think we're all in the same boat.
Yeah. Dylan had baseball tonight, and they got, because of the lightning and the storm that was going on, they canceled all ball playing because of the lightning. Which
yeah.
So you know, and I got to tell you this real quick. And Bill Grove, you guys, you and Mike will appreciate this. He came up to the shop here a couple of months ago. He said, "Pap, that's something I want to ask you." And I said, "All right, buddy, what do you want?" He said, "Can you build me a hot farm tractor?" I said, "Hot farm tractor? Yeah, I'd like to have a hot farm tractor." And I said, "Dylan, you're 9 years old." Well, Daddy pulled the tractor when he was 9 years old, my farm tractor.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Well, you're right." I said, "How about this? I found my dad's first brand new tractor he ever bought. Brand new, 3010 gas. I bought it. It's in bad shape, but I'm redoing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the motor's sitting on the skid out there right now where I just put new liners in today. I'm getting ready to put the new piston kit in. I said, how about this? How about if we get my dad's 3010 done and we go to some antique pools
There you go.
and you pull that and then get a couple years under your belt and then we'll build you a hot farm." And he said, "Good." And he said, "Oh, by the way, I want a 4455 too." He got to figure it out. He got to figure out the number he wants and everything.
Did you inform him that beggars can't be choosers?
Well, no.
Not
You'll get a
grandchildren.
4455.
Grandchildren.
Yeah.
Got,
That's a special exemption.
so I'll get him started. Of course, then Tara's little boy, he's going to want a hook when he gets a little older. So I figured, well, get Dylan started. We'll build this 4455 and then let Joel have the
Hand-me-downs. You'll have hand-me-downs.
Yeah, I just to believe it or not, I mean, with Steve Beckley and the guys we work on, we got some parts already.
Yep.
So, you know, Steve put a different rear and everything in his tractor, and you know, and his old stuff. We just bought it. So, yeah.
I'm gonna say, next thing you know, More Motorsports will have a whole stable of like 12 or 13 tractors.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Don't be that many. I'm sure there's going to be a couple more added to the stable. But anyhow, I wanted to share that with you quick. But it's cool. He said, "Pap, I want to ask you something." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Can you build me a hot farm tractor?" And I thought, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I want a hot farm tractor." I said, "You're 9 years old." Well, Daddy pulled a tractor when he was 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, buddy. I ain't going to argue that.
Well, that's cool. They have interest in it.
Yes. And he's been up here helping me. I mean, a lot of times when I pull an engine down, I'll be taking the rod caps off and I'll bump them out with the dead blow hammer. He catches the piston, grabs it, sets it up, puts the cap on it. I mean, he helps me, you know, a lot. I mean, he really does. And the other two, I mean, even the little girl, she's only 3 years old. She sat at the workbench when I was rebuilding an injection pump for 2 hours. Watching me rebuild 2 hours.
Wow.
On a 3-step step ladder to get up to the bench. And I'd use a tool to adjust this and I'd lay it down. She'd pick it up and look at it and lay it back down. And, you know, just for 2 hours straight.
What are you doing?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
They're
cool.
learning.
Learning.
That's
Seems to be something in their blood, Dave.
That's a rarity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't find my kids doing that.
I'm going to keep them involved because that's how I learn.
Yep.
Not that I'm set the world on fire, but at least, I mean, we got to teach our kids, you work, you get compensated for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't get compensation for not working, you know.
Which is what they're trying to teach today.
Yeah. If you want something, you go to work for it. That's right.
Yep.
So you didn't give them any participation trophies.
Yeah, right.
No, but they got a couple piggy banks here beside my chair here.
Yep.
I give them a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they put it in their piggy bank.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Yeah.
Dylan got to the point where I'd give him a couple of bucks, and next thing you know, an hour later, he's knocking on the door, and he said, "Papa, I don't want your money. You do too much for me. I don't want your money."
Wow.
I mean, it's just, I'm very fortunate.
Yeah.
But I want to keep teaching them, you know, and mom teaches them and dad teaches them and everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the way I was brought up. My dad said, if you're smart, if you work hard, you'll make money. If you're smart, you'll keep your money.
Yeah.
I'm not so smart, but I do work hard.
I was going to say, you got fully tractors now.
Yeah. I work hard, just ain't so smart.
It's got a little bit more of an expensive hobby.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you guys are done, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right.
Call it a night here.
We'll see you Saturday, Dave.
Yep.
Yep.
See you guys Saturday. Be careful coming. If
Yeah.
something
Yes, sir.
changes, I'll notify you right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm gonna try to make it work one way or the other.
Yep,
Okay.
we're there.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Take care.
See you Saturday.
Yep. We'll see you.
So real quick, we'll go over that this pool this Saturday, man. And Mr. Grove, Mr. Ziegler is going to be there. Dwayne, all four of us here will be there.
Yep.
And where are we at? Yeah, gosh, May 23rd already. May 23rd, 6 p.m. this coming Saturday. They're definitely going to try to have the event. So, Boonesboro, Maryland, at the Washington County Ag Center. Big class lineup, man. Modified 4x4 trucks, the ABC York 466 hot farm tractors, limited pro stock semi trucks, East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, the modified tractors, the super stock pro stock tractors, and the all new limited street diesel 4x4 trucks, which is basically based off of the current wild street that's been running the last several years here. It's going to be a big pool. Mother Nature cooperates. It'll be a great event. It always is a great event. Plenty of people, plenty of pullers, and it's going to be a busy day for some of us. So get plenty of sleep, guys. Friday night.
Yeah.
We're going to need her.
Yeah.
For sure. But looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we'll see all you guys down there.
Yeah, be good to see. Be good to see you at the pools again. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Dwayne.
Yeah. I'm planning on being there.
Oh,
Okay.
well, with that said, I guess this was great.
It was. I was over 2 hours.
Yeah, we're at almost 2.5. That's
Yeah,
okay.
Mike's going to turn around and sit down at the table and eat breakfast soon. Linda will have breakfast ready for him.
No, he won't.
I was gonna say.
He don't get up early.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But
That's the enjoyment of retirement, right?
Absolutely. That's why I worked all those years.
Yep.
You bet.
enjoy it now. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go ahead. You guys want to hang tight there for a second. Bill Grovey, you got anything else to add? My gosh, we got to talk to the Grovey here.
Not really.
Not really. Had enough, huh?
I can
About
tell
all you would like to say.
I can tell stories for hours if you wanted to hear them.
Oh,
They
well,
should
we're going to
be
do this
told-
again.
Maybe they shouldn't be told on this internet.
Yeah, most of them are okay.
Yeah.
At this time of night, you can probably say whatever you want to.
Dave was talking about how much difference pooling is, and I think back. I remember one time he went up to a pool at Slippery Rock. It's up above Pittsburgh, north of Pittsburgh. Get there, and where's the pulling track? Where we're going to plow this up here. That's where we're going to track going to be, and that's it. You know, and Mike knows too. We used to go to a racetrack, and you pulled on the cracker dust.
Mhm.
They didn't chisel nothing or whatever. You just
Especially horse tracks. Boy, they
horse track just pull right over.
that dust on top.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Dave came back.
Dave came back. I don't know what's going on.
But anyhow, it was, things were different. And
Oh,
I'm just going to say something I've done forgot now. He's here then gone. Here then gone. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but anyway. Okay. All right. Next week, we'll definitely have a show. Hopefully, we're reading results. But I'm definitely going to put another one of these together sooner than later. That's for sure. Of course, Bill Gray will be back. I think we're going to pull in a Landis. So I'll have to clear the clock that night, and we'll.
it'll be midnight.
5 o'clock. And to get done till 10.
There you go.
And you know what he always says, and that's another story.
Yeah.
Yep, he'll finish the story and he'll say, "No, that's another story."
Oh, Donnie.
He's a
Donnie
lot of
loves to
fun.
talk.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I haven't talked. I'm glad his health's gotten better. I'm glad he's getting around again, and I'm sure Polly and Kevin can get him online, and I'm sure he'd be happy to come on and chat with you guys. Mike will have you back too when we do that.
Good.
Uh,
I did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this tonight. I really
Yeah.
did.
we'll probably get Donnie, and I'll try to find one other to come on with us that night. So
That'll make it interesting.
yeah, it'll be fun. You guys hang tight. We're going to go ahead and close this out. We'll see everybody next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Maybe another one of these. If we don't have any results to read, maybe we'll just go ahead and put another one of these together for next week. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Didn't realize. I thought, well, I'll just ask a couple of questions, throw some photos in there. I didn't think we'd be here 2.5 hours. But it's fine with me. Pretty cool. Yeah.
You ain't scratched the surface yet, Jay.
Oh, I know that. We could sit here for 10 hours and still not cover everything we need to talk about.
We ought to sit on the porch with beer. I told you that before.
Absolutely.
That's when you get the stories.
We can do that. I don't know if I could do it live unless we do it around here. I can't go live up that way.
They get your buddy Robert Garaba with his fancy with his fancy
That's right. Yeah, he does have that
internet thing.
Starlink. Yeah, he does.
Starlink. There you go.
Yeah, he'd do that. He'd do that for us. Yep. All right. We're going to get out of here. You guys hang tight. I'll see you backstage. Everybody else, we will see you next Wednesday.
See you, everyone.
Good night.